What? Oh, we're live. Okay. Coach's show is still on. We can.
Nobody buys these seats. We could have gone down there. There's nobody sitting down there where WOW was before.
And if Megan can hear us there, maybe we'll go live and we'll be playing the coach's show at halftime. Do you have that mic hanging down? Do you have that mic hanging down? Oh, I don't like it way down. It picks up, we're picking up the crowd. Yeah, but too close, we're picking up individual conversations.
There's bees over this whole thing. There's bees flying around this whole thing.
And welcome here to Joslyn Field for week number 2 in Riccardi Stadium. Another home game here to start off the season tonight with the Western Reserve Blue Devils, a team that we feel comfortable talking about because we played them last year, and it seems like we have a longer relationship with them than we actually do. We don't have a long relationship with them, and the Spartans are coming on the field now, busting through the banner in that traditional way that they enter onto the field. Good evening, everyone. This is Matt Jarvie along with Ben Jarvie. We'll be calling the game tonight. Steve Grant's a little under the weather. He'll be at home, and Ben's still making some adjustments. Yeah, there's 4 chairs there. I thought there was 4 chairs already. Weren't there 4 chairs already up there? Well, who grabbed one of them? I put one back up there. Anyway, we're dealing with logistics here at Joslyn Field. And the Conneaut Spartans marching band, the sharpest band in the sharpest corner of Ohio, is exiting the field right now. Very nice job in the national anthem. And of course, we have another commemorative tossing of the coin tonight. This will be Dr. Riccardi's siblings of Lori and Chris Riccardi. They're joined at the middle of the field.
Our first honorary coin toss. The Riccardis are Conneaut High School alumni, class of 1977. The Riccardis invited us.
I'm here as well.
Yeah, that's my year. Class of 77.
77, man.
Wrong school, though, but
Over into Riccardi Stadium.
77 was a
very good year.
very good year, yeah.
Yes.
So
It's not actually the first commemorative coin toss, too. Last week we had Don Lewis, who was the commissioner of the CVC, Chagrin Valley Conference.
yeah, we
Had
got
a nice talk with him.
And please go listen to the interview we had with him during the first quarter of last game.
Yeah.
And it was very good talking with him. Oh, okay.
No, I'm just checking it. Yes, you're right. Yeah, had a real nice talk with him, and it was great meeting him. And we hope that, well, we know Lori and Chris are going to come up here and join us up in the booth, and we expect to have a little time to talk with them too as well. We have another chair around here, I think, somewhere. Well, we left 3 of them down there at the other end. Yeah, we got a little bit of a late start here tonight as we are trying to get the logistics all worked out. Bob Shackle is running camera for us, and he was directly underneath us out of the University Hospital Conneaut Medical Center broadcast booth, right down into the stands in front of us here. That's where he's set up at. So we have the line hooked in and run to him. And so we were at the other end of the booth, but we moved down here so that it could accommodate him. And Eddington is the one who's doing the voice call, I think, for the cable.
Yeah, Edinger. Yeah.
Edinger, yeah.
Yeah, he's down as well.
Yeah.
And we're up top here, and hopefully tonight it doesn't rain. I mean, it's definitely gloomy out there. Last week we didn't finish the full 4 quarters. We ended up being called about 8.5 minutes left in the 4th.
Right.
And both teams agreed to call the game at 20-0 last week. And that's where Conneaut stands so far at 1-0.
I'm not going to be commenting on forecasting the weather in the future because I think I've had just about enough of Apple weather, and it just has not worked out in any way at all. I mean, the weather is, I don't know, I hate to talk bad about it, but it is not as accurate as I would have hoped. I'll just say that much here. Ready for kickoff, though. Bryce Sperlin with the boot. Kicks it. It lands about at the 23-yard line up the field, going to the center of the field. Got some running room. Number 8 there for the Blue Devils. Makes it out past the 40.
Yep, and that's going to be great field position where they'll take over from there. But Conneaut's defense last week, very stout as well, giving up 0 points. And really nothing over the air. It was all just gained on the ground from that wing T offense that Grand Valley sported last week. And that was really interesting. Didn't really fool us too much, but it was interesting to see some of those reverses get played against us. And some of them were for chunk yardage of maybe 10 to 20 yards at times, but nothing more than that. First play of the game.
There's a snap. It doesn't go anywhere. Somebody got a hold of his foot. It looks like that was Wyatt Payne, I think. Wyatt Payne got him by the ankle, and that was enough to slow him down. Some of these names.
Yeah, that was Jack Dorney for the Blue Devils. He's going to be running the ball.
Yeah, that was
most of the night.
It was one of the names I was thinking of that we knew from last year.
Yeah.
Actually, the first 3 players are returning starters that we remember playing very well against us. Jack Dorney, Luke Henning, the quarterback, and Nate Alexander. He's a wide receiver.
Yep. Yeah, some big names returning from last year. And last year, very good game. 17-14 was the final down at Western Reserve.
In overtime.
In Berlin Center, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yep.
Back in the shotgun. Luke Henning takes the hands off up the middle. It's number 1 who's got a Jack Dorney looking for some running room off of the right tackle. And there's a little bit there. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and picks up 2 more. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Blue Devils. Western Reserve coming back from last week. They had a loss against Malvern at their home, and just couldn't get things rolling. They didn't score any points until the very end of the game when they were able to rally, and I think by then Malvern had some of their JV players in the game. So, but Malvern, obviously, for Division 7, a pretty good team, I think. We'll have to wait and see how the season here develops. There's a pass out to the side. It's completed. Look for some. He busts away from a bunch of Spartans and tries to get to midfield, but instead he's brought down back a little bit from the line of scrimmage.
Yep. Dylan Phillip with a stop. Really goes for only a couple yards. That was a screen pass out to Ethan Cannon, the senior, who was involved a lot last year in the game, in the passing game as well. 6'0", 160. Very quick, but couldn't outrun our strong defensive line. Kind of came back to the center of the field. And it'll bring up 4th down for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how they how both of our teams do against each other. They have a smaller line. I don't know if they've been up against any big players that we're posing against them across the line as in tonight. Luke Henning is back. Oh, nope.
And a timeout, looks like.
Yes. I think they were trying to, I don't know if they were trying to pull us off sides or not, but it doesn't look like they're going to move the ball. They just stop play for a little bit, give them a little bit more time to think about things.
Yep.
Is that Dominic Riccardi who's doing the punting?
And a bobbled snap. That's, yes, that
Still
is.
gets it away. It is caught fair catch at the 23-yard line. That's where the Spartans will take over on 1st down.
That was number 9 for the Blue Devils, Andre Chuda Soy.
Oh, Andre Chuda Joy, okay. Max is the one who caught that one, and we'll see if we get the Spartan offense rolling here right away. I could tell from the little bit of research I did on checking on the game that the Blue Devils of Western Reserve have been kind of gunning for us after that loss last year in overtime. They feel pretty strong about their abilities to play this year, and they're wanting to right that ship after that big loss to Malvern. There's a flag on the play.
Oh, probably coming back. And the ball's loose.
Well, he was down though.
Okay. Yeah, Dorney with a stop, but I think that's going to be all for nothing. Probably a false start.
Yeah, there wasn't much that happened. That flag came out right after the snap. So the umpire is signaling now.
Yep.
Well, it was more than 5 yards.
Holding. It's holding, which is 10. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good enough. So that brings up. It's still 1st down though. You know, even though we're back with our backs up against in the red zone there, we still got 1st down. Max is back in a shotgun. Got Wyatt off to his right. 2 wideouts on the 3 on the far side. It looks like a keeper there for Wyatt, and he's running into a lot of Blue Devil defenders, and that's it. Trying to get to the far side of the field, and just too much traffic.
Yep. 35, Mitchell Butts on the stop, and 50, Fisher Himes, 2 seniors. Fisher Himes, 225 pounds, playing the line. Pretty tough guy. You know, Grand Valley had a lot of big players as well on the line, but I think we definitely had him beat as far as size, you know, pound for pound.
Right, they did have. They weren't very tall, but they had size.
They had some muscle mass and definitely some strength to them, but we definitely overpowered them. You could tell. 3
wideouts on the near side this time. Max throws right away, completes it.
Yep, Ethan Osborne goes nowhere on the catch. Yeah, Chris Porter, Patter with a stop, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
That's 3rd down.
Oh, I'm sorry, 3rd down.
Yeah, because of the penalty, it was still 1st down repeating. But not a good start for this series, though. Absolutely. We'll see if they can get themselves out of the hole. Need to do 10 yards here to keep the markers moving. They're looking, still talking it over. Really close to the line of scrimmage when they had that huddle. They weren't back at all.
Right, yeah.
Max is back in the shotgun, hands off to wide. Look for some running room on the near side. 1 fake, but he's brought down by number 60, and that is Andrew Hendricks.
Yep, bringing 4th and 5 upcoming. A good pickup of 5, but one of the bigger pickups we've had so far. But that's going to be about it, most likely.
And we'll see Bryce Sperlin get his foot into the ball here. It's early in this game. Last game, I think we only had 1 punt.
Right.
That wasn't until later on. So
Later, yeah, we moved the ball pretty well. And Bryce did show
he's kind of shallow.
Pretty good kicking
There's
ability.
a flag and a whistle.
It was a good kick too. False start again. Conneaut's just really getting some discipline issues with themselves here in their own way. Yeah.
It's the kind of stuff coach talks to them about, you know, all the little mistakes that really add up a lot at the end.
Well, weirdly though, last week, first game of the year, didn't see much of it.
Yeah.
Now second game,
I know.
also at home, and it just seems like they're not quite prepared mentally.
It's right off the bat, right. And it'll still be the same play. We're still going to see a punt, but this time Bryce hopefully can get a little bit more foot into it. Not very far back from the line of scrimmage, so he's punting relatively shallow.
Yeah, he does hit he doesn't.
Oh, that's a good line drive. See if he takes a good bounce.
Yeah.
It's rolling a little bit. That gets him back inside the 30-yard line. They're going to mark that down to 29. Not bad. Not bad. From where he punted it from, that was
yeah, it wasn't bad, but definitely I think the first kick was probably better.
It was like 65 yards, I think, with all the roll and everything.
Right.
So that's where the Blue Devils will take over. Spartans come up with a blank here off their first series. And Coach, I'm sure, is going to talk to them about that when he gets a couple of timeouts for them. They need to execute a little bit better. And I know they worked hard on it, too.
Exactly. And, you know, we know two things. Number one, that Western Reserve is a tough team from last year.
Yeah.
And also they lost last week to Malvern, but Malvern being a very good school, but lost to them 26-7. And
there's a run around the far sideline here. That is number 3, Luke Henning. He picks up a couple. They're going to make that second down and 6, we'll call that.
yeah, Malvern's part of the Inter Valley North Conference.
Yeah, that's down in that Tuscaroras Valley conference down there. They play everybody down there. Most of them I've never heard of. Most of those teams down there.
Yeah, Newcomers Town. And
Luke heading back, looking for, he passed off to the side over there, and they couldn't handle it. That was number Dominic Riccardi. Right in his hands, and he was harder on himself than anybody else on that play. Well, the weather finally did kind of straighten up, even though we were talking. Our radar on our phones didn't show any clouds at all, but we've had clouds almost continually all day long here.
Right. And it did call for a little bit of rain, but I think it's going to hold off. And Bryce getting a little antsy with the blitz.
Heading back there is checking his watch. I don't know if he's got something where he's got to be. Henning is back, looking to throw long downfield. Nobody's there. It's overthrown. But he was going for number 14. That would be Ethan Cannon. I think I remember that name from last year. Do you?
Yeah. Yeah, he'd already caught one pass so far, but it went for 0 yards. But Cannon's fast. He'll blow away most of our defensive backs.
Well, if that ball would have been on the money and it wasn't that far off, he would have been gone for 6.
Yeah, I think it's going to have to be Wyatt and Max keeping him in check. Going to have some speed on him for sure. Oh, and maybe a false start. No, they don't call it.
It's not a big punt. It bounces about at the 44-yard line. It rolls to about the 39, so it'll be at the same area that the Spartans will pick up. It's good field position from there.
Yep.
See if they can go out.
A quick 3 and out by the Conneaut Spartan defense.
Yeah.
Brought to you by
I might as well go for that.
Chris Breck State Farm.
That's right. It's always a good idea to start thinking about saving money on your insurance. And what's the best way? Give Chris Breck a call, see if you can sit down, and maybe bundling is the option. You want to put things together, your boat, your car, and your house, all those types of things. They also have other products that are available down there. It's a big company, a lot of resources. So it's call Chris Breck at 593-1191. Max is back with Wyatt off to his right. Wyatt gets the ball, busts one tackle, but he can't bust the second one. He gets about 1.5 yards. That's across the 40.
Man, the Western Reserve's defense is really stout with that defensive line.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah, Isaac Burnett and Josh Stamp. A couple of these guys really that are showing a lot of good awareness of the ball and which direction we're going with it. They're not getting fooled at all. It's going to be tough for us to break some of these big runs. Wyatt's being held in check early in this game. Second down, Spartans.
There's Max running over. Somebody catches him, brings him down. Very good open field tackle. And that was number 1, Jack Dorney. Jack Dorney on defense with a tremendous open field tackle in the backfield against Max, who's one of the faster guys. I don't think he thought Dorney was that close to him because he was still looking downfield to throw the ball. He was not in escape mode trying to get out of there. So I think he was a little surprised too at the speed of Jack Dorney that he caught him. So that's a big loss. That's a loss of almost 10 yards, we'll say 9 yards, and my goodness.
Yep.
Third down and 20.
Third and 20, and really in a desperate situation here for Conneaut's offense. They got to show
Max
something.
is going to throw. No, he takes off running up the middle instead, and there's not much room. He goes to the left. He probably should have went to the right because there was 5 Blue Devils that closed in on him, and that was it.
Yep.
If he had broken to the outside over here, it looked like it was more wide open. Of course, they've shown a great ability to swarm, and that might have closed even on the near side of the field. I don't know.
Yeah, that was Andrew Hendricks with the stop for Western Reserve. Very good pocket awareness by Western Reserve defense. Knew exactly where Max was going with it. With that speed, sometimes he can get lost behind the line, but right there they tracked him pretty easily.
There's the punt. It's a decent punt. Bounces about the 32-yard line and rolls downfield. Gets inside the 20. Not bad. Not bad.
We're getting saved a little bit here by Bryce Sperlin's great kicking, but offensively we're not showing a whole lot right now.
Well, and we're lucky that somebody isn't picking those up and making something out of them either, because he's kicking it where they're not, hoping they can get some roll out of it. But he doesn't. We don't have anybody with hang time.
Right.
On the ball.
Well, the very first one that got called for a false start was actually a pretty good kick, but after that it's been line drives. But as long as he keeps the distance pretty strong like that, I think it will be all right. They don't seem like they're eager to make a return.
I think you're right.
So it's
the Blue Devils are back at it again.
Yeah, they're way back at the 19 though. That's pretty good for Conneaut's defense.
Well, Henning gets a snap, hands it off to Dorney. And that's about where it ends.
Stopped by Scotty Edwards, I think, in the gang up front for Conneaut.
That's some tough running up the middle, though. He gets 2 or 3 yards on that, so kind of impressive, you know?
Yep, definitely. And I think we're evenly matched on the line. I just think we definitely got to find some answers offensively.
Well,
and you got to be sure that we keep their wide receivers in check, because they've got some guys that are really quick.
That's right. 2 wideouts on this side, 1 in motion to the far side. Got the running plays there. That's where Luke Henning is going. Looks like he picks up a couple more.
You know,
not quite a first down, but
you know, too. I mean, that game being as close as it was last year in Berlin Center. Yeah. There might be some rivalry there. You know, the coach might really want this one. You know, it might mean a lot more to them than to us, maybe a little bit, just because of how that feeling was for them that they lost that game unexpectedly.
You know, I watched an interview that Luke Henning had with a Youngstown TV station, and he did indicate that this game was important to him because of that loss last year, and he was trying to get up for it, trying to get the team up for it. You know, and we knew it wasn't going to be easy because we get a lot of returning players on this team, so a lot of experience there. And there's a pitch out. They swarm on him there and they drop him at the line of scrimmage, which will bring up a 4th down and about 3.
Thaddeus Huya with the stop. Big game for Thad last week with the interception, plus a couple big tackles, almost picked off his second pass, so he was a crucial part of the defense last week.
And that was just that who you speed right there. He came up behind him and ran him down and caught him at the line of scrimmage before he could work it farther down the field. So they're in punt position right now.
Got to watch for a possible sneak, though, here. Only 3 yards to get the first. They're pretty deep in there. No, they're going to kick it. High snap.
Pretty good kick. It's going to bounce about the 43-yard line, rolls across the 40 to the 39. And we're having a punting contest here so far, folks.
Yeah, two punts apiece, right?
Yeah, 152 left in the first quarter here. 0-0 at Riccardi Stadium here in Conneaut.
Yep.
Not much happening, except for the guys who are getting some experience in the game of punting. And so far, I think it's pretty even matched. Bryce Berlin and their guy, but
yeah, exactly. Chuda Soy.
Judah Soy.
Yeah, and
What number is that?
number 9.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, he's got a decent leg, and you know what? That's one thing in the lower levels they don't work on as much as special teams work. I think it's kind of undervalued.
And a long throw. Max is going. Oh, and he was going for Bryce Sperlin. Bryce tried to cut him off. And there was a lot of defenders that hit him trying to bring him down. And I'm not sure what happened. I can only think that there was holding on the defense, which became the offense after the interception.
Yep. And I missed who picked the ball off for Western Reserve, but
unless there was a face mask, I don't know if there was or not.
Which number? Number 3. Thank you. Oh, Luke Henning. Yeah. So, yep.
So many of these calls, Bid, we won't know the answer until we have a chance to go over the instant replays after the game.
Yep, exactly. But, you know, unfortunately, Max just threw that one up and looked like Ethan or I'm not
Bryce Sperlin.
Bryce Sperlin, sorry, you're right. Had to almost try to break that one up against
And he
Henning.
did. He stopped and came across back into the line of the ball, but he wasn't able to grab a hold of it. They had to actually get through his reach a little bit to get to Luke Henning. A couple of good athletes here, though, battling for that ball. My goodness.
Yeah, they moved it up significantly. I think it was a face mask or unsportsmanlike conduct. I'm not sure exactly, but they moved it up while trying to bring down Henning. So this is a big break for Western Reserve early.
There's Jack Dorsey. Oh, no, wait a minute.
That was number 5.
That's Dominic Riccardi. Dominic Riccardi. Good pickup, though.
Pearson with a stop for Conneaut, making it only a couple yards.
Yep.
And Pearson last week left with kind of a scary injury, but ended up just being a cramp, right?
All of it was. The Bryce Sperlin incident when he was coming off the field, Pearson and Max, it was all cramps.
And it's something that we always kind of talk about that first game of the year.
Boy.
In a big way. It always affects both teams usually.
Henning hands it off, looking for some running room coming to the near side of the field. That's Jack Dorsey. And he runs into a bunch of Spartans who bring him down about at the 39-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 3. Bring up a 3rd down and 6, or 5, we'll call it.
Yeah, Koval and Gleason both with a stop for Conneaut. Ty Koval, he's going to try to have to make another statement on this year defensively. Like last year, he led the division in tackles, right, the All-County? Yeah. So it was a big deal for him. I think this year he's trying to do more. Last week, I don't think he had that many. So I think he's going to have to make up for it tonight in a big way. I'm going to look for him defensively to make a big statement tonight.
There's a pass almost intercepted.
Wow.
And that was?
Ethan Osborne.
Okay. That's number 2 for us?
Yeah.
Ethan Osborne.
Ethan Osborne, that was a great play.
Yeah, he wasn't in a real good position, but he was able to turn himself around enough to at least to get a hand on the ball and knock it away so it wouldn't be caught.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that could have been it could have been a first down and more without that stop there. So, good play. And they're going for it. Oh, no, they're kicking it. Okay.
Quick punt, trying to get the Spartans down deep there, and they catches it. That's Dorsey who catches it at the the 17-yard line. And the
Yeah,
Spartans got a long ways to go again.
Could be worse, though. With everything that went down, you pick the ball off at the 40, you get a 15-yard penalty, moving the ball up to our 45, and we're not too deep in our own territory, getting the ball back with 6 seconds left.
Right.
Not as bad as it could be.
6.2 at a very uneventful. In fact, this is the most punting I've seen, I think, in a number of years.
You're right.
From us, absolutely. Maybe not from the other team, but from both teams. It's the punt bowl here in Conneaut tonight.
I know, and we're going to have
There's
to figure out.
Max with the handoff to Wyatt, and he pushes forward, even though he had a couple defenders on him, breaks that across the 20.
Yeah.
That's a pickup of like 5.
Yep, that was good.
Pretty tough run there for Wyatt Payne.
And that ends the first quarter, too. So it's a good show there for Conneaut, and that will end the first quarter.
Yeah. Want to remind everybody, too, that we're awfully proud of our sponsors. Your Conneaut Dairy Queen is the featured Blizzard of the month. And remember, this is Caramel Fudge Cheesecake Blizzard. You got to try that one. They're wonderful. Or also try one of their signature stack burgers. And then remember, we'll see you at the Conneaut DQ. And also, if you have an event coming up into the fall here or the end of summer, if it's a birthday party, anniversary, or just family coming in from out of town, remember an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen, your Conneaut Dairy Queen. And, also want to remind you, too, that CSB is a great sponsor for us, too. We're always glad to have them along. Wonderful bank in this community that's done an awful lot. Stop in and ask about online and mobile banking. Online banking makes your banking fast and easy. You can do all kinds of things online that you don't have to really jump in the car and drive all the way down there. It makes life easier. So come grow with CSB, Conneaut Savings Bank, member FDIC.
And we're back.
Yes, we are.
Starting the second quarter.
We're back for me and my commercial ramblings, right?
Yeah. Well, we like to pause and reflect on some of our great people here involved, the sponsors,
yes,
everyone in the booth. So
there's Max back, hands off to Wyatt, looking for some running room up the middle. He runs it. Oh, a lot of Blue Devils here. I tell you, I think the experience of this Blue Devil team that is the same unit basically that they had out on the field last year. It's really showing itself here tonight. I mean, I think you're right, Ben. Malvern had to have been a pretty good football team if they were able to shut these guys down.
Yeah.
Completely until the very, very end of the game.
The very, very end. Yeah, it was a lot like us against Grand Valley,
Yeah.
It was very quiet. 20 points for us, 26 for Malvern. So
I don't mean to imply that we're out of this game. We are absolutely not out of this game. There's a rollout to the near side of the field, looking for some running room, and Max finds a little bit, picks up some yardage here.
That was Wyatt.
That was Wyatt, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but good pitch out.
And that's a first down.
Yeah, I think that might be our first down of the night.
I love it. They're moving the markers over there.
Brought to you by University Hospital.
It's the University Hospital, Conneaut Medical Center, advancing the science of health and the art of compassion for over 100 years. It's wonderful. University Hospital, Conneaut Medical Center, and we're glad to be up in their broadcast booth yet again.
Yes.
And I was telling Denise that, too. When we're out of town, we can't wait to get back here.
Yep.
To the UHCMC. There's another handoff and some running room. He gets across the 40-yard line. Just on the 40-yard line is where they're to mark that one.
Yeah.
So the Spartans are moving the ball, Ben.
Yeah, there's a pickup of about 7 for Max. And we're moving the ball a lot better now. I'll say that. Just looking a little fresh to end the first quarter, and then the second. I think we're just trying a little more to open up bigger holes for Wyatt and Max.
Well, you could tell, too, the way their defense is keying, that they understand what the Spartan offense is all about and who are the dangerous players out there. There's another handoff, another Wyatt Payne run. Tough, hard-fought yards for Wyatt Payne.
Right. It's not quite the first down, but he gets maybe 2, so it'll be a third and short.
Third and short. I remember Coach talking about, too, that Wyatt was one of the guys that kind of upheld that tradition that Ryland had and some of the other players, Alex Sturgill, about being here early, being in the weight room all summer long. Maybe some of these guys come in early, like at 5 o'clock, and do some weight training and then get dressed and go to school.
Right.
I mean, my goodness. There's a run and play up the middle. That's Max. And Max gets the first down, and then somebody's across the 50 into Blue Devil territory.
Max gets a consecutive and fights for those yardage and got a whole bunch after that as well, too. Great hard-fought yards by Max Gleason. That's why he's really the centerpiece of the offense, because he can really handle a lot of responsibility for Conneaut. And we got a nice new fresh set and past midfield. Looking pretty sharp.
Yeah.
No, you can do it.
Okay. Max is back at the shotgun, rolls to the right. He's got wide out front, doing some blocking for him on the near side, gets through the hole, and then is pushed out of bounds by Jack Dorsey, but not until another first down for the Conneaut Spartans. This one's brought to you by our recap sponsor, your Conneaut Save-A-Lot. Not lower quality, just the lowest prices. Now remember, through Sunday, they have fresh cut pork chops, $169 a pound, man. $169 a pound. Also, you feel like a steak, they got a family pack of ribeye steaks, $6.49 a pound. That's good for beef nowadays, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Really
no,
good.
You want to scoop that up, especially Labor Day next week.
Oh.
You know, or just, get them now, stick them in the freezer.
And we've got, Coach wants to talk about it. Things are rolling here, and he wants it to turn into 6 points, right?
Yeah, this is important right now that we're getting down. We're at the 35. We got the ball, moving it with efficiency. So I think we got to think about this one and figure out how we're going to get it in the end zone.
Yeah.
So Guglielmo sauce. There we go. Yeah.
Where's it at?
Over on the fence there.
Oh. Good stuff. I haven't bought it in a while, but I enjoyed it when I had it.
Yeah.
You know, take some of that Guglielmo sauce and put some of that habanero mustard in there.
Okay.
Ah.
A little extra spicy. I wonder if they don't make a spicy Guglielmo sauce.
I've been experimenting with that since you got that for me.
Isn't it good?
Oh,
it's
I
great.
love it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That'd be the perfect thing to put in chili too.
Yeah,
it's got the right amount of heat. It's not the kind of thing where I eat it straight out of the jar and you never get in trouble. So it's not like that. So
no,
I've been there.
The mustard cools down the pepper.
Yeah. I'm not sure why they call it mustard because it is red, but nonetheless.
Right.
But to have a little bit of that in the Guglielmo sauce, just half a teaspoon, I think, in a pot of it would be enough. You know, you don't need to hurt anyone.
No one needs to get hurt over this. No doubt about it.
We don't want anybody. 3 wideouts on the far side. Max means business here. One on the near side. Wyatt right to his left takes the ball, and Wyatt gets it. It's a pitch though, and my goodness, that was Thad Huya.
Yeah, Thad Huya looked like he had a lot of speed.
Yeah, and it looked like an elbow to the head from the defender, which could have been an illegal blow. I don't know. We'll have to watch that instant replay too as well. But a nice play. Nice mix up there. I like to see that every once in a while.
Yep, and only went for about 2.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's a tough one now at the 34.
Second down.
8.5 left to go in this half.
Wyatt gets it, hands off. It's Wyatt gets it. Oh, he almost broke around the inside corner there on the near side of the field. He goes out at the 25. Another first down, Ben.
Hey. That's another great one, and thank you again, University Hospital.
Well, we could say that, yeah. University Hospital or Chris Breck, State Farm Insurance. We'll hit them again. Always nice to work with Chris. Remember to see him. He does so much for the Spartan Nation. He really does. Whether it's he's here tonight, I think, with the little athletes that are out on the field.
Right, the junior athletes. Yep.
Just wonderful all the time and effort, and the whiteout's coming up. There's a running play again from Max's time, looking for some room to squeeze through there, and he does. He's inside the 20. We'll say down to about the 17 or 16. That's where they're going to mark it, and that's close to another first down, Ben.
Yep, and we're closing in, but second and short. Conneaut's going to have to take care of the ball though inside the 20.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight, whether you're listening on 1360 AM on FM 102.9 or on WOW TV, and also picking us up on the YSN network. If you're out there listening, we appreciate you tuning in and enjoying some good high school football here. This is the Conneaut Spartans and the Western Reserve Blue Devils tonight. There's a handoff again, and looking for some running room. That's Ty Colville.
Yep.
Trying to force his way in there.
And a real late flag comes in. Ty comes out without his helmet. He looks like he's ready to pop somebody.
Yeah, I couldn't see if somebody grabbed his face mask or what.
I think must be.
Well, that'll get us down even closer. That might even be half the distance to the goal line from where the infraction happened.
Yeah, Ty looks upset. Just maybe it came off at the very end.
Well, they don't want to start that.
No.
They don't want to start that stuff tonight. It's going to be a long night for them if they think they can physically take advantage of us.
Right. And Max is working it out with a couple of the guys on Western Reserve's team.
But this happens. Remember, it was Ty Colville last week that got that face mask that we saw, against Grand Valley. Remember that play? I went back and watched it. We couldn't tell because it was so fast. And then he seemed to hide behind the line, where we couldn't tell who had done it.
Right.
But I went back and watched it. It was Ty. Just you get his finger stuck in there.
Right. Yep.
It happens. It happens.
He's just so quick to the player. Sometimes he just doesn't know which way to grab him.
8:03 to go here in the half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next when?
Whenever.
Okay.
I'll cue you whenever. And there's a running play that's in for a touchdown. Maximilian. Max goes in with a relatively untouched, which that hasn't happened a whole lot here tonight.
Right.
Into the end zone,
and we're in.
I wish we were in a bubble because here at this area I couldn't see it. All this equipment is here for our scoreboard and I don't know what else. For the camera that's on the building. Hard to negotiate all that, but that's a touchdown, 6 points, and Bryce Sperlin will try to make it 7. That's good. That's one heck of a boot. He put that thing through there like warp factor 3.
Yeah, man, that was pretty. That was a pretty big boot, and he gets back into it. I know he missed a couple.
I think that went through the tree and into the guy's backyard over there.
Yeah, it's gone.
I don't see them over there cooking tonight. They usually have a fire over there and they're grilling something.
That touchdown brought to you by
Conneaut Savings Bank's convenient online and mobile banking services is fast and easy. Using your PC, tablet, or smartphone at ConneautSavings.com gives you access to transfers, bill pay, online statements, and information on many banking services. Stop in and talk with CSB about complete online and mobile banking at ConneautSavings.com. CSB, Conneaut Savings Bank, in Conneaut and Austinburg. Come grow with us. Member FDIC.
Member Federally Deposit Insurance Corporation.
In case you needed to know that, yes. So we're sitting at 7-0.
Yeah. And thanks to Christy Joslin, who moved up from the CFO at the bank, and now she's the bank president. So best of luck to her, and congratulations on that move. And we're grateful to be working with them. This is an onside kick. Rolls down, picked up at the 24, and it's Dorsey looking for some running. No, it isn't.
Brock Wellman.
Oh, that's Brock Weldon, yeah.
Yeah, tackled by
Wellman.
That was Bryce Sperlin with a good hit to wrap him up in open field on that far side of the field.
Pretty good run for Brock Wellman. We haven't called his name here tonight. He's out there on special teams and given some evidence that maybe he should be a starter. He's only a junior, so we'll probably be seeing him in the future.
Yep. One good thing I've noticed is that we're catching them off guard with some of these squib kicks and line drive punts. It seems like they're not very aggressive with picking the ball up and running, so we can get away with some good kicks if we try to just keep it away from them as best as possible. They're not going to aggressively try to return it.
Luke Henning rolling out to the near side. He's looking for a pass play. It's a little high. It's number 8 that goes up for it. That's Chris Pater.
Pater, yeah.
Chris Pater. They sent us this roster, and it's a little grainy. After I didn't blow it up much, but I did a little bit so that it's easier to read. You know,
it's like an old copy scan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looks almost like a mimeograph.
Yeah.
You don't remember them.
Yeah, I do a little bit from the library.
I
Yeah.
remember mimeographs. What's a copy machine? Everything came, if you wanted copies, it was done on a mimeograph, and most of the time it was a hand crank.
Yeah. Or like a comparator projector.
I remember they got an electric mimeograph one time. You plugged that thing in, we thought we made it, that we were in the state-of-the-art thing in the future. Luke Henning keeps the ball, looking for some running room on the far side, gets across the 50, finally brought down almost to the 40-yard line. Big run by Luke Henning.
Yep. And Ty Koval getting another tackle, so he is making his mark on the game. Unfortunately, that one went for too many yards, and it's a Western Reserve first down.
Yes, it is. They're moving the ball.
Yeah, they know that they have to answer back with a touchdown before half.
We don't want Luke Henning to start having his way out there. It's a handoff to Dorsey. He's got running room up the middle, too. Finally nailed, and that is by Wyatt Payne. No, by Max.
I think it was Wyatt.
Oh, it was
Wyatt. I think it was Wyatt.
Oh, okay.
But Jack Darney with the run.
Oh, there's a whistle and a flag. Not sure what happened there.
No,
or the coach.
I think a timeout by Conneaut.
Yes. Yeah, the coach sees that they're moving the ball. You got 2 plays now where they've moved 40 yards just about, close to 40 yards. So coach says, wait a minute here.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
Nope. And wisely takes the timeout that is needed right now. Give defense a break.
Quite a little crowd too, Ben, across the way over there they drove all the way up from Western Reserve, and we can appreciate that because we drove down there.
We drove down
for a game, so we know how that is. But yeah, it's a nice little crowd over there from driving all the way up from Berlin Center.
Yep.
Berlin Center.
Berlin Center down by Youngstown there. It's
it's over a little west of it, and I don't think we ever made it to Berlin Center, did we? Downtown or whatever it is for downtown.
Whatever, yeah. It was a downtown Berlin Center, I think we saw. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know what's there. I don't know what they have.
Right.
We were ready to get out of there by the time it was all said and done. So Luke Henning and company are looking over at the sideline. I think coach is getting a little nervous over there because got Dominic Riccardi is in there too as well. It's a passing play looking across the middle, and he was looking for Jack Dorsey.
Yeah. And
Darney.
Yeah, and I think Henning is really just letting some of these passes sail overhead of every receiver. Throwing it too hard, but the wind's getting underneath it and just taking it up.
Yeah. I'm getting my D names. Remember last year they had Luke Ramsey was their wide receiver. He was a senior. He's gone.
Right.
And they had Jack Dorney. So we had Dorney and Ramsey and whatever.
Right.
Luke Henning is back in the shotgun. Jack Dorney is off to his left. And he's going to follow him. And there's not really much to go there, but not enough to gain maybe a yard or they're going to make it a yard. They'll bring up a 3rd down and looks like a long 8.
Yep, and Arcaro for Conneaut playing as a sophomore. And Dylan Phillip also making the stop. So good stop there with only a yard pickup, and it's 3rd and long for the Devils. Ooh, and a jump. Conneaut slipped up there.
Oh, that's not enough to give them a first down, but right?
Correct. I think
5
that was
yards, but that's enough to change their mind about going for it.
Yeah,
clearly.
I think that's
3rd down and 3, I'd say, right? Maybe 4.
I think that's Arcaro again that was called. So it'll be 5 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and Arcaro's a freshman, right?
He's a sophomore.
Oh, was he a sophomore?
Yep. Didn't really play much last year, but 235 pounds playing. Playing on the line there. That's really something you want to have.
It's probably a little nerve-wracking on varsity. Henny gets the ball. It's a keeper going up the middle. He's got some running room. Slips past probably 6 or 7 Spartans before he's finally brought down at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Thuya with the stop for
They're going to
Conneaut.
hurry up offense here.
And, yep, hurry up.
They line up and get the ball, and Henny gets it, hands off to Dorsey up the middle.
Oh.
Gets it into the end zone. That's a touchdown for the Blue Devils.
Yep, and a flag on the play immediately. And Dylan Phillips also getting up slow. A lot of stuff happened there, but Western Reserve did get in the end zone.
Yeah, and it looks like
if this one
Scotty
stands.
Edwards had his helmet taken off too. So.
And a full start by the Devils, so it'll be a redo.
There we go.
Major play, but is Dylan Phillip okay? He's really sluggish right now too. And like you said, who got their helmet taken off?
Scotty Edwards had his helmet taken off.
Okay.
Because he got up and had to go find it and put it back on. So.
Yeah. So I was gonna say with the hurry up snap.
That's still first down though. First down and 14. We'll see.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Ball's on the 14, so it's first and goal.
We are getting some offensive penetration now from both teams, but it's hard fought. Nothing is coming easy tonight. And that has seemed about the easiest drive we've seen was this one right here from the Blue Devils. Henning gets the ball, hands off to Dominique. He's got some running room off a couple defenders, fights his way all the way down.
Yep, it's close to a first down, but not quite.
It's finally pushed out, and I'm sure coach is going to be concerned a little bit about defense here.
Yeah, now it seems like we're giving up these big runs to the outside, and we're not tackling very well right now.
Hurry up offense. Henning is looking for some running room on the outside. He's in pursuit. They're after him. They bring him down before he gets to the goal line.
Oh, he fought second effort. I think he's in.
Did he get in?
Yeah. Luke Henning got hit by Ethan Osborne and Ty Koval, but I think he just lunged forward enough to fall in from about 2 or 3 yards out, I think it was, or 5 yards out.
So that's finally a touchdown for them at 5:51 to go in the first half. My goodness.
I think that one's going to stand too. So they answered back with on the next drive.
Yeah, this has been a defensive battle on everything up to this point. Now, both offenses have been moving the ball, and we finally got some scoring for both teams here. Luke Henning is holding the ball down. It is up. It is good. 7-7.
Yeah. So they tie it, and they're looking for that matchup of the week that we were talking about. You know.
Yep. I don't think anybody thought this was going to be a pushover game at all, especially our team. You know, I mean, you just don't have that many seniors returning that were starters.
Right.
And you know, they have the knowledge of how to put the offense together and how to execute everything. You know, you're just not going to. It's a hard thing to overcome. It really is, because these guys have been ready to go since day one.
Yep.
It was just a question of conditioning, probably. You know.
So we have. Exactly, as you said it. And we got 5:51 left to go in this quarter, in the half as well.
Yep.
So
it's enough time for the Spartans to move the ball and get something going, right?
Yeah, of course, join us for the Conneaut Save-A-Lot halftime recap and more.
And the coaches show. We're going to have the coaches show on also during halftime. So look forward to that. What?
Capped off by Henning, 6-yard run to the corner.
And here's the kick. It's a line drive, bounces about at the 40 or 34-yard line, picked up. Look for some running room, trying to break it to the outside, near side of the field. He got a little bit of running room there, and he goes out of bounds, but not until he gets about to the 33-yard line. That is showing some speed there. He did make the turn a little bit, got it upfield, and got us to the 33-yard line. So that's where the Spartans will go 1st and 10.
And that's what you want to see from Thad. You know, use his speed to your advantage. And playing very good on special teams and on defense. So really a guy that you want to have in a lot of different areas for on the field. So
Yeah. Coach talked about how impressed he was too with Thaddeus's speed in track. He was out. You could tell Coach is probably everywhere in that school, up and down the hallways, out on the track field, looking for potential players. You know.
sure,
Who's fast? Who gets fast out here?
right.
And that's who he's going to have a conversation with. Here's a running play. Coming to the sideline. Wide doesn't even get to go too far on that one. That's right back to the line of scrimmage, it looks like.
Yeah, he slipped a little bit, fell right down. I think gain of 0 for Conneaut.
Second down. Well, we got 5 minutes left here in the first half, so Spartans going to be looking to put something up on the board.
Yeah, they got enough time just to slowly make their way down if they can keep accomplishing those first downs that they were.
3 wideouts on the far side. Max gets the ball. Nice fake there, hands it off to Wyatt, but some defenders there that were ready for that.
And good moves by Wyatt to pick up as much as he did.
Yep, picks up about 5. Just over 5. That'll be a 3rd down and 4, we'll call it, for a first down.
I think the spin move was impressive, but even more the fact that the shoelace tackle he shook out of that somehow and stayed upright. And it's 4.5 minutes, and we got a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Max is back, has not been doing a lot of running tonight. He's trying to run this offense, but here's a running play, and there's a lot of defenders that come in there and cut that thing off. He picks up 1 or 2, and that's about it. That'll bring up 4th down. 4th down, and it looks like a long one.
Yeah. This is a tough one to go for, too, honestly, for Rocco. And honestly, I wouldn't blame him for just kicking it. I think you're going to run the timeout and kick the ball.
Yeah, it's still early in the game.
Yep, it's early enough. And you get the ball back in the second half, so you got to kick this one and get the ball back to start the 3rd.
Yeah, they got some wideouts going out there. They
Boy.
might try to pull them off.
They are going to try,
But,
and I think they know, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a veteran team.
They are going for it.
And he does not get it. Does not get it.
Man, Rocco went gutsy there.
Was not a hole in the line. No hole was made for Max.
No, none at all.
In fact, it all collapsed, and Blue Devils are going to take over on downs at the 35-yard line. My goodness.
Yep, I thought just draw them off like they've done. I think they know that, though, that we've done that before, but they seemed like they were sure we were snapping it. They blitzed right ahead.
Yeah, I know it.
Maybe we should have just tried to draw them off a little bit.
Well, a little bit. You know, we need more Academy Award winners out there to really make that work. You know, you have to really sell that when you're out there. You know?
Yeah, exactly. You got to put Max through acting school, just to try to, Peyton Manning called some audibles at the line to make them think that we're running something.
Yeah.
But Western Reserve takes over.
We're also going to try to talk with we have another commemorative coin toss today, and there's Chris Riccardi that's here, one of the children of Dr. Riccardi. There's a running play that gets all the way down to about the 30. Jack Darney, a hard-fought run, picks up 3.
5, I'd say. 5 plus. Yeah. Good run.
My goodness.
Stopped by Ethan Osborne. Clock's running, about 3 minutes left.
Heading his back, throws off to the sidelines, a little dump-off pass, and he's heading toward the sideline, close to a first down, and I think he's got it.
I think he's got it. Goes out of bounds, too.
That's number 8. That is Harris, Devontae Harris. No, I'm sorry. Chris Pater.
Yeah, I was going to say we've called him once, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or twice.
And, they're going to try to they're keeping this offensive thing moving here. Of course, they know the clock is running, but it seems like it's part of their plan. There's a snap that goes back to Henning. He's trying to get some running room, but nothing there this time.
Yep, Ty Koval behind that one, along with Ethan Osborne.
Yep.
And Dylan Phillip. But, Bryce is hobbling off. Again, he's got another leg issue. Same kind of looking thing going on.
It could be a cramp. That's what he was doing last week.
Must not drink enough water.
Oh.
We're going to have to talk to Mrs. Sperlin.
Coach talking about the trainer brings out pickle juice and mustard.
the salt, I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just thinking you get too much mustard going there, and they're going to want hot dogs next time, you know.
That'll help work the cramp out too.
I think some of the
you want a
habanero
Smiths?
mustard.
You want a Smiths with that mustard?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I want to remind everybody too that we're coming up on halftime. We'll do a recap here when we get into halftime. But right now, your Conneaut Dairy Queen, great sponsor of the Conneaut Spartans. Glad to be working with them. It's wonderful. Featured Blizzard. Remember this. It's the Caramel Fudge Cheesecake Blizzard, and that's through the end of the month. Also, try one if you're going for lunch or dinner. Try one of their signature stack burgers. They got some great ones out there. They got that A1 loaded thing, you know.
Yep.
Put together one, the Bacon Ranch.
Oh yeah.
Stackhouse. They got a bunch of them, and they're really good. That's because that's the Brazier Burgers.
Right.
I mean, Brazier Burgers are some of the better ones you'll find. And ice cream cakes too, folks. Remember that. You can go to their website and download the app where that allows you to, where you can order an ice cream cake and pick it up curbside if you'd like to do that. Makes it easier, you know. Put it in the car, take it home, and if you got a get-together, people coming in, family coming in, you know, the best topper after a meal is an ice cream cake. Luke Henning is back. He's got a man in motion. It's a handoff to Dorsey. Oh, it's a fumble. We got the ball. Scotty Edwards.
So was that just a botched snap, or was that they actually slipped out, dropped it?
That was
Arcaro.
Oh, it was. I thought it was Scotty.
50, he's got 50. There's a hard difference between 50 and 58.
Yeah, the zeros and the 8s are hard to tell.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have a problem with the 3s and the 8s or even the 6s but the 0 and the 8s are.
So was it a fumble, like a botched snap, or was it a?
Scotty tried to run it. Henning tried to run it, but he lost it.
Okay. Well, that's a big break for Conneaut, honestly. It was looking like it might end up in a Western Reserve touchdown. So first down, Conneaut.
And it's 7-7, too.
A little over 2 minutes left in this quarter.
There's a running play up the middle, and he's got some running room.
Oh, Max.
Max is gone down to the far side, attacked the 30, the 20, touchdown, Conneaut Spartans.
And the first play, Max Gleason gone from 70 yards out. Yeah. On the first play of after that turnover. The only turnover for Western Reserve so far, and it really comes back to haunt him. And
the second play so far tonight where Max has made a long run being untouched, and there hasn't been many of those.
He looked like he got hurt or something, like his leg was a little slow.
He's got the gallop thing going.
The gallop, but even with that, he's faster than everyone else. Isn't that something?
Oh, I know. I was wondering if, I don't know what happens if you're running down the field and you get a cramp.
It looked like he was cramping up or something, but he still outran everyone.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
Man, oh, man.
Well, Bryce Spurlow will try to add one more. Ball is down. It is up, and it is good.
And
he's perfect tonight.
Yep.
That puts the Spartans up 14-7 going into halftime here. We got 2 minutes left, so still plenty of time for the Blue Devils to be able to mount some sort of an offensive.
Yeah, for sure. It's depends on the kick here, but I think Bryce can put him back far enough, and hopefully we can just keep him in check for 2 minutes, and then we get the ball back to start the third quarter. So pretty good plays by Conneaut. Max just needed one big break, and that's all it took to take the 7-point lead, and that's what we got so far.
Right.
And 71 yards out. Big turn of events there for Conneaut. It looked like it was really looking dark for us as they had enough time. Western Reserve had enough time to make it downfield into the end zone. They had their timeout still, only 30 yards to go. And then the turnover happens.
I'm trying to get Chris Riccardi's attention here to see if I can set up a little interview with him at halftime.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll let you work on that. And and the kick, it falls off the tee. And goes out of bounds, unfortunately, the kick. And that's no good. That's Thad Huya kicking off for Conneaut, but it went out of bounds at about the 10, so it'll be a legal procedure. And Western Reserve will start with the ball moved up then with the flag. But so it'll be first set of downs for the Blue Devils.
They'll put it on the hash nearest Conneaut sideline. Whatever's wrong with Aaron Spurling, it looks like he's little kind of is running on the field.
So first play here since the fumble and the run back by Max. We'll see how Western Reserve answers back here, as they might be feeling a little deflated. And Luke Henning is going to keep the ball and roll out left. And he's passing downfield. Good pass to number 14, completed, then goes out of bounds. That is number 14, Ethan Cannon, for a first down for Western Reserve. Ethan Cannon been his primary target tonight. He's gotten about 3 passes, I'd say, so far, for quite a few different chunk yardage. That was probably the largest one so far, about a 13-yard gain. And second pass again to Cannon, and that one's a comeback route, but that one ends up going for even more, then pushed out by Ty Koval and a couple others for Conneaut, and a flag is thrown on that far sideline. I'm not sure exactly what's going to be called on this, but
Okay, what happened out here, Ben? I'm lining up a little interview we're going to do here in a bit. We're going to talk with Chris Riccardi, who's in town today. Face mask against the Blue Devils.
Yeah, it was
offsetting.
Yeah, it was personal fouls on both teams, offsetting, so it'll stay where it was. But a big pickup for Western Reserve on a curl route to Ethan Cannon.
Okay.
2 passes to Cannon on that far side, went for 10-plus yards. So now they're all the way up to the 38, we'll call it.
So, okay.
And
so
with 1:38 left to go, they're kind of closing in on.
So they still get a first down, though.
Yeah, if it's offsetting, it was like a 15-yard pickup. Yeah.
Okay. Here's a running play, Henning looking for the far side, breaks a couple tackles, finally nailed and brought down, but he picks up 5 or 6 on that.
Yeah, and I'm not sure who got him there. That was Ty, I think.
Yeah.
Bryce Sperlin, too, in on that. Bryce is back out there. He's feeling pretty good. After he left, checked out for a bit with that cramp. Again, second week in a row, he showed a little bit of a leg cramp.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 5 on the 33 for the Blue Devils.
Dump off pass.
Oh, he slips out of the tackle.
Yeah, he did. Looks like he might have picked up the first down. Depends on where they marked that, Ben. I didn't see his feet where they were in or out or anything, but
number 10.
They're marking that a yard short, but he knocked the marker over for the first down, but they're instead saying he was a yard short of that at least. So
yeah,
little break for the Spartans.
Get this, that was number 10 for the Blue Devils. We don't even have a number 10 on their roster.
Yeah.
So kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, it's not getting quite as funny as I had hoped, but I agree with you. We go from 9 to 11.
We'll just name him.
Henning looking up the middle, Ben, look for some running room, and he's got some. Oh, finally, shoestring tackle.
Yeah.
And that is, who is it who brings them down? That's number
64, which is Gavin Nesbitt, something? Ryan Turner, sorry.
Yep, Ryan Turner. Ryan Turner is a sophomore.
Yeah.
A lot of hopes for him. I mean, he's filling in some big shoes here right away.
Yep.
You know, we're really excited about that.
Playing a big role. Yeah, I played some last year as a freshman. Troy Turner's younger brother.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm sure that.
But
and coaches are talking it over again. They know they can. They're in position right now. They're knocking on the door to get in the red zone, but we've only got 45.7 seconds left. Let me touch. How many timeouts does it say?
I think they got one more.
Maybe one, yeah. One timeout, so they'll be trying to run some plays for the sidelines, trying to get the
Yeah, there you got 24 yards to go and 45 seconds left to get there.
Henning is back, and that's Dominic Riccardi's back there with him. He's going to throw the ball in the end zone. He's wide open. That's a touchdown for the Blue Devils, Ben.
Yep, he's in.
Yes, he is. He was turned around. Defender was not with him.
Yep, that was Ethan Cannon. That's been the guy who's been targeting most of the night.
Yeah.
And I think that one's gonna stick. That's a 6-point play for Western Reserve to answer back with our touchdown.
My goodness.
They haven't completed a lot of passes deep. They've really, it seems like Henning's been airmailing some of these passes, but that one seemed like it was enough for Ethan Cannon's speed. He connected with him in stride, and our defensive backs couldn't catch up.
The kick is up, and it is good. He had to hurry that one, and he kind of had to drill it through there.
Yep.
And that is
yep.
doing. Dominic Riccardi with a kick on that, I think, too, right?
Yeah, and yeah.
Well, we still got a little bit of time, 38 seconds left, but this game is knotted up here as we're ready to wrap up the first half. And the weather still has not cleared. We were hoping we were going to have, they told us we were going to have some sunshine here for the end of the day, and it is not happening.
No, it's not. It's not clearing up. It looks like it's doom and gloom in every direction. But
Right.
but you know what? It's a nice warm, kind of mild night.
Nothing to get upset about, Ben.
Nope. It's 72 degrees, so it's definitely not chilly. I don't think we're going to get rained out like last week, though, so there's always a upside to it. Two to soy for the.
We'll see if they try
Blue
to do a
Devils.
razzle-dazzle play. They probably think they got momentum going for them. They might try an onside kick here. Try to recover it.
I hope not. They're a full kick.
It's caught at the 15-yard line, running up the middle. Going to break it breaks it back in the middle, then cuts it back to the near side. Finally brought down out of bounds, but almost to the 50-yard line, Ben, before it's all said and done.
Max with the speed to break away. If he didn't get stopped by that one guy, I think possibly could have been a 6-point play right there. And they're up to midfield, so it's really a question of do you really try to go for it or not?
I would try to get it down there and let's give a shot down there and see if we can't get it close and let Bryce try to put 3 in.
Bryce is in for quarterback.
Oh, there we go.
So it looks like they're probably going to pass a little bit.
They're in the passing offense, I would say. You got 3 wideouts on the far side, 1 on the near side, and Wyatt is back there with them.
Not many teams have 2 quarterbacks, but Conneaut's used this offense for quite some time.
Uh-oh. Defender right on him, and that's, nails him on that one. Didn't fake anybody out on that one.
It didn't work at all. So they might just let the clock run.
Yeah, I think he will.
Yeah. It was one play, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah. I tell you what, this is, I'm impressed a little bit here with this Western Reserve team.
Yeah.
They're playing some good, hard defense, and it's something we're going to have to address at halftime. They're fired up over there.
Yeah, they're hanging in with us,
They are.
definitely. I have no doubt about it. And this is remnants of last year.
And you can see their bleachers are a lot smaller than ours, but they are louder than the Spartans stadium or Spartan bleachers.
Right, exactly.
So
with that said, that ends the half at 14-all, Conneaut and Western Reserve. And we'll take this timeout and come back for the I'll just take this off. He can just wear it.
Oh, yeah, he might want to.
I'm just gonna take it off.
Okay.
You're
good.
overachiever.
That's good.
Yep. So
all right, then you can get a recap here, and you'll come back and we'll do that.
We'll do that.
Ben's going to break and get some recap information on what happened in the first half because you saw it, so you probably know what exactly did happen. So from there, we'll just go from.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Very good. Oh. Does this sound okay? You okay with them? Okay. Chris Riccardi, it's great to be able to get together with her for a few minutes here. We had another commemorative coin toss for us being in the CVC, and it's fitting that you were able to come out and do this for us, you along with your sister Lori.
No, it's my wife,
Oh,
Lori.
your wife Lori, okay.
Yeah.
See, we were trying to guess what that was. We didn't really know.
Yeah, and she looks a lot like me, but she is my wife.
That happens when you're
Yeah.
married long enough, right? But yeah, we're grateful you guys could come out and spend some time with us, do the coin toss out on the field, and mostly we're very filled with gratitude for the gift and the donation of the new scoreboard. I mean, is this the first time you saw it tonight?
I actually saw it last week, but it's the first time I saw it at night lit up, and it really looks good.
Doesn't it, though?
Really, it's good for the kids. It's good for the city. It's and ideally we want to use it to help continue to raise money for Spark to continue to expand on the Spark sports facility complex here.
Yeah, and Don Lewis was very impressed with the Spark complex out here. He's from Willoughby, hadn't been out here in a long time, and he was really impressed with the track situation we have over there, the tennis courts out back. We got the scoreboard that you were so graciously able to provide to us. Next thing in line that Lori's talking about are goalposts. And the ones we have up there, we don't know yet, but we're thinking about hiring an anthropology team to come out and do some carbon dating on it.
Yeah.
To see how old they are.
They definitely were there when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Which was a long time ago.
Oh, I'm sure they were up when the stone wall was around this place. Of course, it was around then.
Yeah.
In 77, I remember that. And we were talking about that with Coach Rocco, too, because the records that we won, we had a home field. We think it was the first home field playoff game ever here last year. We were able to win that right. So that never happened before. In 1985, they had a playoff game, but it wasn't home. It was away.
Yep.
And that's when they started doing records. I was saying, well, there's been a lot of football that was played before 1985. My dad played after World War II when he came back, but it goes back a long ways. But we're grateful for what we were able to do. And the field is it's one of the few turf fields that are still left now that we're in the CVC. So many of them have been going to AstroTurf and, the PIAA, which we were in last year.
Yep.
For the past few years. They're all going that route too as well. But everybody's excited about this. Everybody in town about us finally back in the CVC. And the second half of this year will almost be like the old NEC. We'll be playing Jefferson,
I remember
Lakeside.
That. Yep. That's what it was when I was in high school, the NEC.
Yeah, and we're all excited about that, playing Jefferson again. There's Geneva's going to be on the list. So we're hoping, that we're going to have a lot of fun this season and have great success with it too as well. But what are you, when you're up in Chicago, do you spend most of your time up there, you say?
Yeah, probably about 60% of my time up there. Probably in the summer, I spend 80% of my time here. The summers here in Conneaut are just beautiful, especially on the lake.
Yeah, they really are. The temperatures have been wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. It was 100 yesterday in Chicago, and it was barely 70 here. So.
Yeah, we were talking about that even Detroit could get that heat, and that's that jet stream upper Midwest heat thing that goes up there. And, Detroit isn't far from us at all.
No.
It's amazing the difference in temperatures.
Yeah,
at times.
even Toledo was 92 the other day, and we were lucky we missed that heat wave that was coming up from the south.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's a lot of things that we want to continue to expand on here. The goalpost is one. The other thing is we want to build a field house for the kids, because today they actually have to change over at the high school, and they don't change here, and they don't have really a locker room that they can go to at halftime. So we want to build a field house for them so they can, during the halftime, before the game, after the game, shower here, go home. So anyway, we're looking forward to do more things like that.
Oh, that sounds it's wonderful. And and it really is a show place. And we can kind of gauge that too. And it was all the great things you've been able to do with you and your family and your wife. And this, for instance, University Hospital County Medical Center was able to put a lot into making this booth a reality too as well, and we're grateful to them. And we travel a lot to all the different fields that are out there in their broadcast booths and everything, and we really do have, you know, the finest facility that we've been able to see out there. You know, we're not in every school, but we go to a lot of them, and we traveled long distances to call football games. You know?
Yeah, I mean, people come here and they see the whole complex. They see the tennis courts. They see the football field. They see the track, then the soccer field within the track. I mean, it really is pretty impressive.
Yeah. We have next week we're going to Independence. We're going to call that game, and then Chagrin Falls the week after that. So I think they have pretty good facilities there too as well, but it's very different. Most of the schools you get to, and it's right off the school.
Yep.
And everything's kind of spread out all over, and everything's not put together in a complex like it is here. So, but we just wanted to take some time to talk with you about it, show our gratitude.
No, it's listen, I grew up here. As a kid, that's all we did was play sports, and one of the things playing sports afforded me is like learning discipline and some skills you just don't learn on your own without having sports and teams, and having the facilities to do that I think is important for the kids. And probably not very many of these kids are going to be pro football players or pro tennis players, but they'll learn some skills and go on, and I'm sure they'll be successful adults.
I think you're right. Thank you very much for stopping by. And if you're here again and you come up, by all means, come on up and talk to us. We'd
really
love to.
I appreciate taking the time to talk to me, and I'm for sure we'll be back in the future.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Chris, appreciate your time. Thanks very much.
All right, take care.
You too. Chris Riccardi, who stopped by to talk to us a little bit. Appreciate that. Giving us the time of the day and having a nice little interview with him, talking about him and his family are the ones who were able to contribute that allowed us to have the brand new scoreboard stuff out here. And if you haven't been out here and you're in town, I mean, that's one thing I try to stress to them too as well. This is one of the greatest entertainment events that happen in this town, period. As opposed to what, I don't know. I mean, we got the racetrack south of us. You can go out to White Turkey and have a nice experience out there with a Richardson root beer, something like that. I'm still talking, but that's okay.
Well, but I'm talking.
Oh, you're talking now. Okay. Well, I got to stop because Ben wants to talk now. So. Yeah. Thank you.
You're off. Yeah, I was going to play it because it's, how long is it?
Let's go with the coach's show. I'd love to hear that.
Chris Breck State Farm Insurance Coach's Show. We got 12 minutes left, let's play that.
Yes.
For all you listeners that missed it, here is the Coach's Show with Coach Rocco.
And Matt Jarvis.
And week number 2 of the Chris Breck State Farm Insurance Coach's Show, right here on WOW TV and WOW Radio. I'm Matt Jarvis. With me again, Coach Rocco Dobrin.
Hey, great to be here, as always.
Yeah, nice win, Coach. Nice job. You got 20 points up there, and you actually got up pretty fast in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. The typical first game. Couple blunders early in the first quarter. We had a touchdown call back, and we had a silly fumble. Kid tried to pitch the ball. I don't know. We're kind of laughing about it now, but at the time we weren't really. But then we had a great second quarter. I think we scored all 20 points in the second quarter. Right. So it was a good second quarter, and we really felt good about the third quarter. We threw one interception. We were moving the ball pretty good, and then the game got canceled in the fourth quarter when we got the ball moving it a little bit. So we liked everything that happened. We obviously think the score could have been a little bit even better in our way.
Right.
But as far as week one goes, and such a quick summer, we were pretty happy with where we were at.
I went back in Washington on a penalty, and that was I think that was Max that ran it for the touchdown, wasn't it?
Yes.
They got called back. Yeah. Were we lined up offsides?
No, they called holding on Osborne on the outside.
Oh, okay, that's what
it was real close,
Yeah.
And he was giving great effort. He probably was holding a little bit, so It was a good call. It's just you also can't tell kids, hey, when they're going as hard as they can, and then he got a little shirt, so it happens. But
course, we're talking about the 20-0 win over the Grand Valley Mustangs this past Friday night at Jocelyn Field in Riccardi Stadium. And, of course, this is going to be their last season in the CVC, I understand.
Oh, yeah. The rumors are they're going back to the NAC and where they used to be before they got in the CVC with Pymatuning Valley and Matthews and some of them smaller schools.
Yeah, we had a nice talk with Don Lewis, who also was related. He's a what is it, Riccardi? Yeah, that's family. Yeah. Riccardi. He's a family, but he's also the commissioner of the CVC. So we had a nice talk with him up in the booth too as well. So he filled in a lot of things on that and so forth. And it happens. I mean, they're going out, we're coming in, so it always works out. And especially when they have 3 tiers in the CVC, it's easier to fit a team in somewhere than it would be if you were just a smaller, just one level type of league. Or
right,
conference.
Absolutely.
I also want to say in the second quarter, that's when you said you got most of it done. Did a lot of scoring there. A lot of other things kind of stood out. Carrick came in, had a nice run.
Yeah, he did. And, obviously it was one of those unexpected, we didn't expect Wyatt to be out of the game at that time. And it was Ty Koval would have been the next guy in. And he asked out, but he didn't realize Wyatt asked out. I'm like, I need a tailback. And, Carrick jumped in and he did a great job.
Yeah, he did.
He had made a nice little cut and a good first little experience as a sophomore getting the ball. And so, we're proud of him for that. And, he's worked hard in the offseason to put himself where he can get in a varsity game and at least hold his own.
Yeah. Also, for freshmen, you had Isaiah Bowles come in and do a really nice open field tackle in the second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. He ran down a kickoff, made a nice tackle that they could have got a big return from. And then I think he got in a linebacker a couple times too. He's a guy all year that's had to play that spot. And freshmen playing that spot's hard, when you're going to get in the game and all of a sudden you got to make plays as a freshman. His physical ability is amazing, so it's just getting the mental side down, and that's what any freshman, you would think of would do.
Yeah, they look like a seasoned player. They got that open field tackle. We were very impressed with that. Of course, he's running around out there with Wyatt's old number too, so it took us a while to get used to all that.
Right.
Everybody's changing numbers. They're not even knowing their career here in high school football, but that went rather well. And with the injuries and so forth too, how did all that end up? As far as
everything was a cramp.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
So, yeah,
we can't tell up there, and sometimes that's hard on it when we're watching.
Right, absolutely. I never know until I actually get close.
But with Max, that was true, and with Pierce,
Pearson, Max, and Bryce all cramped up. So they just got to hydrate better up beforehand. Not during the games.
Right kind of hydrates too, right? I mean, water's okay, but you get them drinking like some kind of
some electrolytes and those kind of things. And, Mary get some pickle juice or mustard. Supposedly has a lot of sodium in it.
Does it?
Yeah.
No, why not? So. Of course, they want a hot dog. You're forgetting.
Yeah, that's right.
Also, this Friday night, right here at Jocelyn Field, is another game that we played with last year, Western Reserve. Pretty good football team last year. What do you know about them this year?
Well, everybody's back on their team.
Oh my gosh.
They only graduated like 4 kids last year, 5 kids. So they lost a couple good linemen. But, their quarterback, running back, their first top 2 wide receivers, they're all back, offensive weapons, So we expect another good game. And, we beat them in overtime. It was a nail-biter. But we felt like we were in good position last year. Then we kind of gave up 2 touchdowns late and then, put us in that spot. So, we got to play good and just keep the gas on the pedal. We can't, let them come back if we get a lead, if it plays the same type of way. But they're definitely an experienced team. They have a lot more seniors this year. And we do like the fact that we're playing at home instead of away, though.
Yes.
Last year playing away, and last year, we were, Max. That was Max's second game of quarterback, and the first week 1, he didn't get all the reps. He, probably got, Bryce got some reps, and Caden got some reps. So, that was his first full game last year, and now obviously he has 10 games under his belt, 11 games under his belt. So and then obviously you saw Wyatt Payne last week. Obviously, they're going to watch him on film and say, "Hey, we got to stop this kid somehow."
Right.
And hopefully Wyatt has another great day. And we also got to have answers if they do. Put all eyes on Wyatt, and Max got to have a good day. Some of our receivers got to have a good day, and we got to kind of balance up that offense a little bit.
Is some of it too? Does it take a while for the line to kind of come together and start gelling on the plays with the way they execute and so forth? They look good out there at times, but
yeah, absolutely. Especially we got Jane Anderson still out, and then you got Corey Pearson, who's a first-time guy in there. So exactly what you said. All those guys that are up there right now are great individually. So it's just that cohesiveness of, hey, when I pull and wrap, where's that hole going to be? And it's hard to simulate that in a practice because of the scout guys, but when you get a real game, those guys are a little tougher to move, a little harder to move, and that kind of stuff. So maybe there's a huge hole in practice. When you get a game, that's a small hole. So you get a guy pulling and wrapping on that. It takes some time to bond and try to really understand how those things work. And I thought, kind of same thing. First quarter, there were some holes, and the second quarter, all of a sudden, and even third quarter, we didn't score, but we ran the ball real well. They started to gel already, our counter play was working really well. Our inside zone play was working really well. So they really came along just in that one game already.
So you're right, and the Mustangs look pretty good. I thought. I think they've come a long way since last year. There were times where they executed, their offensive plan pretty well. Not every time, but they got it together a little bit.
Absolutely. They definitely had some athletes, and they got one touchdown taken back too.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
And then they could have scored the last play of the half. Kid pretty much caught the ball, and as he was landing, Huya knocked it out late.
Right.
And saved that last play of the half. Otherwise, it could have been they could have had 14. 2014 at half. So there's a lot of little things there that could have happened, but they definitely play hard, and that's what I was impressed with. The kids weren't giving up or quitting on their end of the ball.
Yeah, and they were playing aggressive too. I know that one guy tried to play aggressive with Scotty Edwards, and it didn't go too well for him. But Scotty didn't do anything wrong. He just one-armed him, pushed him down. The kid jumped up and he looked at him and go, "Well, nothing I can do with
I believe
him."
Scotty had 7 knockdowns on the offensive line, so that's pretty good. That's when you start getting over like 3 or 4 knockdowns, and he had 7. That's a pretty good day.
But with the with the go forth that they had, Bobby Rogers and Foss Peters, I think they're going to get more wins this year than what they had last year, and they should have more success out there. Pretty good athletes.
Yes, absolutely.
They really were. Coach, great win, 20-0, and that was in a shortened game too as well. Did you guys have to get together and talk about that, whether you wanted to wait or if you just want to call it and go home?
Yeah, we talked as coaching staff, like our coaches and their coaches talked, and one of their coaches is their AD. So me and the head coach and their AD talked, and they, in a situation where we're winning, I'm going to put that on them, whether they want to come back the next day, do they want to try to wait an hour or two, what do you want to do? And their coaches were good with just staying healthy. They felt like in that 8 minutes left, they weren't going to come back and win, and they didn't want to come back the next day and then get one of their star players hurt, in 8 minutes of coming back.
That's true. It's very smart.
So they just felt like the best thing to do was to stay safe, and I'm like, well, we already have the win, so I'm good with it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, and the weather wasn't over. It was hanging around for a while.
It was going to hang around for a while.
I'm surprised they let the play go a little bit after we saw a little lightning.
Yeah, the rules kind of changed.
They did.
If with the radar systems and everything, if it's lightning and no thunder and it's so many miles away, it's up to the refs. They can decide.
Oh, they have their discretion on that.
Yeah. Now, if you hear that thunder, and whatever, and I think they finally actually heard thunder.
Right.
Then you got to get them off, and it's the 30 minutes. But then if you look at the radar and the lightning's there, but the thunder's gone, and you can see that it's past you on the radar, like it's not coming back to where they now with the technology, they gave a little bit more leeway to, as long as the refs and coaches agree. But I think those first couple of lightnings, they still felt they couldn't hear the thunder, so they thought they were far enough away still.
Good, solid effort for week 1, though, against the Grand Valley Mustangs. It really is, and we're really looking forward to the Blue Devils of Western Reserve coming up to play at Joslyn Field this Friday night.
Absolutely. And the young kids should be there too. The youth program, they're getting announced, and that's always a special night for them. And I love seeing those kids there. And then I also love them watching, they're those heroes. To them, they're heroes. Those kids on the field play. So it's a good atmosphere.
I was thinking about it too. There's times when Wyatt and even Zach Rice remembered when the older guys were out there. Alex Sturgills were on the field. They were wondering, well, can I do that one day? Or
Absolutely.
And it's wonderful to see that happen. To see that growth when they come up and they actually can fill those shoes and do a great job. So. Anyway, great job, Coach, and all the best luck against Western Reserve.
Thank you.
This has been the Chris Breck State Farm Insurance Coaches Show right here on WOW TV, WOW Radio. Back here, we got about just under a minute left before the second half snap. Thank you for staying with us. That was the Coaches Show that we due to technical difficulties, we couldn't get it on at the very beginning of the game, all 11 minutes of it, so we saved it for you for halftime. Hopefully, it was still just as enjoyable.
Yeah, no doubt. And we got some good scores around the league. Real quick, a quick recap of the first half brought to you by Conneaut Save Blood Food Store. Not lower quality, just the lowest prices. And some rushing stats for the Spartans. No other than Max Gleason for 103 yards. Broke after that 71-yard run right at the second corner to kind of take the lead, but it was not held on for very long. Wyatt Payne with 42 yards rushing on the ground. It is Ty Koval with 4 yards. And, Thad Huya with a 2-yard run. And nothing really much on the passing end for Conneaut, unfortunately. For Western Reserve, it is Dorsey with Dorney with the 26-yard carry on the ground. Henning with 51 yards on the ground. And Riccardi with 15 yards on the ground. So a good balance between those three. And receiving... passing, I guess, for starters, Henning with 60 yards passing through the air. And that's distributed mostly to Cannon for 53 yards, and then Pater and number 10, we don't know his name, for 3 and 4 yards, respectively. And that's really about it of significance. And Henning with that one pass to tie the game there at 14 all in the second quarter. So I think Conneaut's got to answer back and get a little bit more aggressive, be able to throw the ball a little bit. We haven't had any success throwing the ball tonight, and hopefully we will figure that one out.
Right,
so
what you called that was minus 1 yard rushing?
We had minus 1 yard passing. That's distributed between Wyatt Payne and Ethan Osborne.
Right.
So not really too good on through the air.
Somebody was commenting, too, on that number 10. Player that's not on the roster. He said he looked eerily similar to a player that was on their starting role 2 years ago.
So
I don't know if there's any truth to that. No, I'm just kidding.
He's actually a sophomore in college. He plays at, plays at Baldwin Wallace, but he came back to play for Western Reserve tonight. Well, I don't know.
Well, if he was a Division I prospect, that would be different, but he's not.
Exactly.
But yes, I'm impressed with this Western Reserve team, considering what they went through last week with Malvern.
Right.
Malvern just was relentless against them. They were very hard on them, and I think they're trying to extract some revenge from last week and from us this week, or from last year. How about that overtime win?
Speaking of Malvern, listen to this. They're up 13-0 on Conneaut Valley from Bowerston. Yeah. So it's they're continuing their dominance, and I think that shows Malvern was that good. I think to your point.
Right.
Some other scores around the league. Green is up on South Range 13-7 at half. Menors over top of St. Ignatius at half, 14-10.
Big game.
Yes, it definitely is. Hoban Knights. Slight lead over Cathedral Prep, 13-12.
Oh, boy, that's a big one. We'll give you updates on that one, too, as we go along.
Exactly. PV, Pymatuning, against Cardinal, 8-6. Very low score. Columbian, the Tornadoes against the Chardon Hilltoppers, 21-14. Columbian with the lead. Geneva over Struthers, 17-0 at half. Avonworth over Grove City, 21-14, and Perry over Harvey, 20-0, and Berkshire over Coventry, 35-6, and I think that's Edgewood over Grand Valley, 48-0. Big score right there. Edgewood dominating.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Boy, they put up a lot of points last week too, and they're doing it again this week. 48 points at 1/2. My goodness.
As we start second half, ball goes to Spartans, and the kick did not go very far, and that's where Conneaut will pick up at the 40. I think it went out of bounds, right?
Yeah.
So it's that's where Conneaut will take over. Good field position. They're going to need to just answer back, take that 20 minutes rest, and really start to pound the running game.
And we'll see what Coach Rocco did here for an adjustment at halftime. We'll see what they're liable to put out there. It's a handoff. That's Wyatt.
Yeah, it goes for maybe 1 yard at most.
Didn't fool their defense at all.
Yeah, half a yard, really.
Of course, they're always going to be looking for Wyatt and Max. And, you know, you got to try to make up their mind for them that there's other things that they have to watch out for. If you can do that, it can make the guys they're keying on even more effective. But we'll see if they can do that. One of them would be passing the ball, Ben.
Yeah.
If we could move the ball in the air a little bit, pull the defenders back into the defensive backfield, would help immensely.
Yep.
Max is back in the shotgun. Fake handoff. He's looking for. Oh, he's got it. They catch him.
And
oh my goodness, he was sacked and he went ahead and threw the ball anyway. It was in the direction of Thad Huyer. No, of Toy Colville.
Yeah, Ty Colville. And they're not calling intentional grounding, so I think it's an incomplete pass, but still it's not a good play regardless of how you drew it up.
No, especially when people are catching our fastest guy on the team or one of our fastest guys on the team. That's not good. That's like the second or third time that's happened tonight.
But Max at least made a heads-up play. You didn't lose that like 7 yards you were going to lose. So
it brings up third down though, and almost 10. Third down and 10 yards for a first down. They're still trying to make something happen at the 40-yard line. There's a whistle. There's a timeout.
Yep.
And Rocco wants to talk to him again.
I hope this is a good call here to call a timeout early, too. I mean, it's the first drive right out of the gate.
Yes, it is. This will set the tone for the second half, and you can see that they're fired up over there.
Yeah. They got enough people over there, too, to really keep the fire going.
I don't know if any of them came up on the bus or if these people. I did see one couple that drove up, and they were asking me where they could park and if they were allowed to come in through which gate down here. And I said either one will be open. And but my goodness, this has been a little bit tougher battle than I think we thought. We knew it would be a difficult game, but maybe not quite to this extent. I mean, these guys came to make a statement and to get a win.
Right. Yeah, and like we were talking about early in the game, there's a lot invested for Western Reserve. There's a lot at stake.
Three wideouts on the far side, Ben. Max is back.
Oh.
It could be Bryce was off sides there. He might have got an early start.
Yeah, I think it was false start, so it's going back 5. That's not good. And another
that's
slight knife in the back for Conneaut against themselves.
That makes it 15 now to get a first down. And that usually spells you're going to have to do it in the air, and that is not anything that we've been able to do at all.
Right. I mean, and unfortunately, Bryce hasn't had enough reps either at quarterback, but he hasn't passed as well this season either. Max is in at shotgun, though.
And off to Wyatt again, up the middle. Bust a couple of there, but not enough for first down. He gets almost to the 45. We'll mark it at the 44-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down and 6.
Yeah, it was a great run. On a 3rd down and long, you really gave it a shot right up the gut to try to pick up 15 yards.
Now, this is a difficult call. It's a moment of truth now.
I think you got it. You kick it. I don't. Last time in the second quarter, I'm not sure why we went for it. I know it's 4th and 1, but you're deep. You were deep in your territory at the 40-yard line. You went for it. Didn't work out. You definitely do not go for this one. You got to kick it. Bryce, he's had a pretty strong leg tonight. Couple line drive kicks, but he's got to get this one up and out.
There's another flag.
Another flag, but a
nice
good kick.
Punt too, yeah.
Yeah, another great punt, but it's not going to stay though.
Nope. See who this is against here. The umpire is, he was in the backfield of the Spartans, so it's a legal procedure against the Spartans.
Yep.
Yes, it is. Let him move the
back
ball
5.
even back farther.
Last week, little to no penalties against Conneaut. Tonight, they've really hurt themselves in a lot of ways with them.
It's like a pandemic breakout here.
Yeah. It's an infection of holding and false starts.
Somebody needs to put some ivermectin in their drinking water.
Oh yeah, it'll clear up their their issues that they got.
Bryce Sperlin is playing the middle linebacker spot there. See if he can make a, and he's going to be, there's the kick. Nice kick this time. It is caught about the 17-yard line.
He called a fair catch, so.
Did he put his hand up?
Yeah, he called it, and it's at the 18. Yep, so good kick by Bryce. It was a line drive kick, but fortunately no return.
Yeah. I think his shoe's untied.
I'm not sure why the Western Reserve guy did not bring it out. I mean, he had enough time to definitely at least maybe get at least 5, maybe 10.
I know.
They're very passive on special teams, which has been fortunate for us with some of these kicks. They haven't gotten any yardage back at all.
Well, we'll see if the defense is able to have a good conversation in the locker room and decide what they're going to do to slow down this Blue Devil offense. I think it's going to have to be the linebackers are going to have to be the stoppers. They've got to get up there and stop that running game wherever it is. And they seem like they're playing off the line quite a bit. See, there's 5 yards right there. There's nobody in the gaps at all.
Yeah.
You got to close them down if you see, otherwise they're going to take advantage of you. Granted, they're a throwing team too, so you have to be wary of that. You have to be ready for the passing play, but
but we haven't cut them off with the running game really to make it a one-dimensional offense.
Right.
And that's the hard part against Western Reserve so far.
They need to move up there, right there, hit that line, hit that hole. See, there's another big hit, and he gets out almost to the 35-yard line, Ben. That's a first down in 2 plays, first down for the Blue Devils.
Yep, and they're moving with a pretty good clip. And Scotty Edwards with the stop for Conneaut. But they're going to have to, like you said, hit the seam and really plug it up.
Yeah.
Scotty and a couple of these guys really got to play really tight up the middle.
I'm surprised how far Scotty Edwards got downfield to make that tackle.
Yeah.
I mean, because the tackle was made 5-6 yards deep behind the line of scrimmage. Henning is back, claps his hands.
Oh, false start, looks like.
Yeah, there's something there.
Oh, no, it is offsides on Conneaut. Good God.
No, they're clapping, so I don't think so. I think it was offsides by number 8. I think he got an early start here, and that would be Devontae Harris.
Well, the one ref pointed this way.
No, I'm just the wrong player. What am I saying? Chris Pater.
The one ref pointed this way at us, so I have no idea what he was signaling. It was the one on our side.
Could have been a penalty against you, Ben.
I'm trying my best to watch what I say, but he must have heard something.
A lot of yelling going on there from the sidelines.
A little bit of a break for Conneaut.
The Blue Devil sideline. Pater is in motion, takes the handoff, looking for a sweep over on the far side of the field. He's still on his feet, caught in the backfield, and finally brought down, but not until he picks up 2, I'd say, 2 or 3.
Yep.
Second down and 11.
For a sweep play like that, it didn't work out as well as they had hoped. So 2nd and 11 upcoming for the Blue Devils. 7:30 left to go in this quarter.
Uh-oh. The clock run out?
Or someone's lined up.
No.
Oh, boy. They're lined up in the infraction zone.
Our work's going to be cut out for us, Ben, doing the instant replays here in our after game. Same thing the coaches do. They'll be examining this game, too, as well.
Yeah, Dylan Phillip was lined up in the neutral zone there, it looked like. And that's something that for being a junior like that, that's played as much as he has, it's not something you can pull off right now. Moving him up big time now. It's 2nd and 6. That's a big break for Western Reserve now.
Henning is keeping it, looking for some running room, breaking it to the near side of the field, pushes down one defector, but there was 2 other defenders coming up, and that ends it for him.
Yeah, and Wyatt and Max made the stop.
Yeah, it looks like it's a loss of a yard on the play. I bring up a 3rd down and long 8. I'd say even, could even say 9.
Third down, Western Reserve.
It's when these guys are going to see if they're out there just, heightened energy because they realize what they're up against here. And a lot of the season, I mean, they need a win here. This is a winnable game for them. Even though these guys are playing good, I mean, they just got to raise their level of play up. And there's another flag. Is that the clock?
I
went to 0.
It's on, Western. Delay of game, so it was just the clock.
Out.
Yep.
I don't know what they were waiting for, but whatever it was, the umpire said that wasn't the thing to do.
Yep. Well, and after the one encroachment there by Dylan Phillip, now we've worked our way back to where we were before at the 30, or even past where we were, which is good.
Yep.
3rd and very long for the Blue Devils.
Henning is back, takes the snap, rolling out to the far side, looking to throw the ball. He gets it across. He is
and it hit right off Cannon's hands.
Right in it on the numbers.
Yeah.
Henning saying there's nothing else I can do there.
Yeah.
There's nothing else I can do.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think he might have been gone. Wyatt was probably the only one that was probably right there to catch him.
I think you're right. Wyatt was there, but there was no one over towards the other sideline on the far side, so he would have probably broke it over there, and he would have gained a lot of yardage downfield.
Yeah.
So
that was a good throw by Henning across the body to throw it like that.
4th down now, and we got a punt here. That's going to be a Dominic Riccardi, I think, again.
Chudasoy.
Oh, Chudasoy. Rotating those duties around. Oh, this is a low kind of an overturning punt that runs a little bit, gets all the way down to what?
Oh, I'm sorry. No,
30-yard line? Or 26-yard line is where they're going to mark it.
Actually, I'm sorry. That was Henning that kicked, actually.
Henning?
Henning kicked the punt, yeah. So.
Oh, I thought he was. Oh, well.
So.
Either way.
Yeah.
It didn't. We didn't get a return out of it, and we're down at the 26, so we're going to be fairly deep in our own territory. Coach is talking to the guys again on the sideline about what to do.
Yeah, they got to answer back. You're not too deep, but you're at the 27, so you got to figure out something here. He really had no answer. Very first offensive drive, you knew you were going to get the ball, and they really just looked completely lost out there. So I think you gotta really try something else here, and they're going spread offense.
Max is back. He throws it downfield. He's got a receiver wide open, and he's caught. He has gone to the races.
First play.
All the way down, folks. All the way in.
That's Ethan Osborne.
Do we have a flag? I heard a whistle. I don't see a flag.
I don't see any. There's nothing.
And that was Ethan Osborne?
Yeah, there is a flag, but I didn't see one thrown.
I didn't either. I heard a whistle. I didn't see the flag anywhere, but apparently there is one. Oh, my goodness. You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Man, oh, man. Illegal procedure. Okay.
Sometimes when things start to bite you a little bit, after a while, you got to climb out of that pool that's loaded with piranha.
Yeah.
We're getting bit quite a bit here.
It's hurting us now, and now it was 73 yards.
Oh, beautifully
Yeah, it never lost Ethan, up the seam.
Yeah.
It was a nice, simple route.
It was.
Max threw it perfectly, and we hadn't executed on passing at all, and that was it. That was the breakout play. But you know what? They're going to try something just like it again because they're not shying away from that.
2 wide outs. It's the handoff up the middle again. That's Wyatt with the ball. Squeezes through, but he's finally brought down short of the 30.
Yep. And a good run by Wyatt. Shook off one tackle. We got a Western Reserve guy. He just went down. It's number 8.
Oh, it's number 8.
It's Pater.
Oh, yeah. Could be a cramp.
Yep. He kind of got up but then sat back down. And
now that was Ethan Osborne with the catch, right?
Yeah, it was Ethan Osborne with great speed. Everyone lost him.
I'd go right back there again.
I think they will. They got to shake it up a little bit, but they might try it now.
He showed, I never heard about him and his speed.
Yeah.
But he showed some real speed there.
I think he's definitely Max's #1 receiver target this year. He's got to use him like that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there was nobody even close to him once he broke through the defense. Nobody was staying with him.
I know, and
it's almost like they don't think they can throw the ball, so they're not really worrying about that too much. But that kind of woke him up. It would have been better if they woke him up for 6 or 7 points.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of nothing. But now penalties are really starting to get it. And, you know, it seems like it's not any better in the second half than it was in the first half.
Right. 2nd down and 6. Max is back. He takes off running up the middle. A lot of West Reserve defenders are there.
Yeah, number 10. Number 10 didn't even call it. And there was a late hit. Number 10 shoved, I think it was Dylan Phillip. Didn't even call it. Dylan Phillip or Ryan Turner. The refs aren't happy now just because there was a no call. They've been very active so far in this game.
There it is. He's checking to see.
Yeah, they had to really discuss it, though. Seems like the refs are not sure. I'm not going to hype on it too much, but they're kind of they're conferring with everybody before they call something instead of usually just throwing the flag and then discussing.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. They want to know, did you see anything on this?
But they got to get the flag out there. I'm not seeing a lot of flags being thrown. They're just kind of talking, then calling it.
Automatic first down, though.
Yeah.
Takes us all the way out to midfield. We're just shy of the 50 now. And they tried to take a shot at Max once he was down. So that's what the fans in the stands were yelling about.
Yeah. I think they talked the refs into throwing the flag. Yeah. But
we've got
up close to midfield.
2 wideouts on the far side, Ben, 1 on the near side, and flanker on the near side, 2 as well, lined up. Max breaks out to the far side, takes off running, cuts through. He gets all the way down almost to the 40-yard line. A good run for Max. Even though he got tackled, he broke for a first down.
Yep. And that one, great pickup. 13 yards and a Conneaut Spartan first down. Brought to you by Conneaut Savings Bank. Ask about online and mobile banking.
Yeah, they should be asking about that because it makes it fast and easy. And you can learn a lot and you can take care of a lot of things without leaving the house, or say if you remember it, sometimes the best time to do it is right at the moment when you remember it. Well, you can do that with online and mobile banking. Just grab your phone, go on there and take care of that. There's a handoff again. Running to the near side of the field. Max has got some running room. He moves it down the field. That's another first down, Ben.
Another late flag, though, like right at the end of the play.
And that's in the backfield.
Yeah, it was a hold against Conneaut, most likely.
Oh, my. Yep.
I'm not sure who it was, but I did see a lot of push in the middle of the field. I mean, they had a lot of room. Wyatt had a very large amount of room, more than I've seen so far tonight.
We'll have to be going through all of this in slow-mo and try to figure out what happened here. You know, right now I'm always positive about the referees and the umpire when they come out. You know, I don't know where we'd be if they couldn't come out and cover these games for us. You know, we wouldn't be able to play them. They wouldn't be sanctioned games. It would be happening in the OSHAA.
Yep.
So
I think you got to try another pass play here. I mean, try something like you did that worked at the beginning of this drive.
It's a handoff up the middle.
Oh.
Wyatt looking for some running room. He gets some.
Oh, 2 from the back.
There's a couple. That was from the defensive backfield side.
Man, oh, man. A lot of calls.
I just think there were a lot of people pushing to try to get Wyatt in for, some yardage downfield.
Yeah, a lot of that was a face mask call. So it's moving back. Man, oh, man.
Yep, and that'll bring up a first down and 5. That's what that'll do.
Yep.
How about that? We go from a first down and 20 to a first down and 5.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll take it.
Nothing wrong with that.
A little over 4 minutes left in this quarter, too. It's been back and forth, just pound for pound, punch for punch between these teams.
Max is back. He hands it off. Wyatt's got it. He looking for him running room, gets past some defenders, gets all the way down to the 25-yard line. First down. First down for the Conneaut Spartans. They are moving the ball, Ben, moving the ball.
Yeah, that was a first down again, and another great one.
Brought to you by Chris Breck, State Farm Insurance. Chris Breck, remember to bundle your insurance. Sit down and talk with those people at his office right on Main Street. He can explain to you on how you can save money, or his staff can too. He has a great staff that work for him. They can show you how to save money by changing your insurances around or bundling them. There's all kinds of options that are available. As we're coming towards the end of the year, it's always a good time to look at that, reevaluate that, and see if they can't save some money. 593-1191 is the number to call.
We got an injury timeout against not Grand Valley. Western Reserve, another player's down. Not sure who it is. I can't see him yet. He's getting up, number 5 for the Blue Devils. That's Riccardi, Dominic Riccardi. He's getting up.
He's been an important member of this team tonight.
Looks to be all right. Nothing major, but
he's done some kicking responsibilities for them, receiving and defending. Yeah, it could have been a cramp. I mean, he's walking off the field fine now, so that could be very well what it was. Actually, he looks good compared to some of the cramps that our guys got last week. I was a nervous wreck watching him come off the field, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, last year, too, I remember it was a scary game, that opener, and the year before that as well. So
one wide out on both sides there. There's a handoff to Wyatt. He's getting the lion's share of the work up the middle. They're going to try to power this thing into the end zone. They get to right down about the 20-yard line. They're going to mark the 21. Knocking on the red zone, Ben.
Yep. And, they're at the 22. They're probably not going to pass it at this point. They're moving the ball pretty well running. So just keep that if it's working.
There's Wyatt again. He got some breathing room. He looks to the inside. He is gone for a touchdown.
There's Wyatt and a flag thrown.
Oh, my goodness, another flag.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, yeah, holding against the Spartans, what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, I just said something nice about the refs, and what I also say sometimes, I think it's very nice how they let some of the people out on work release programs. You know,
these work programs are really nice.
I mean, they have to wear the striped uniforms. You know, but
you have to keep track of them. They can't just run off the field. You know, you've seen the longest yard, right?
I say that when I'm kidding. I mean, because we do appreciate them. It's frustrating at times, but
the frustrating part's going to be if we don't end up with a touchdown after all this. It's going to
Wide again. He's got a hole in the line, and he gets through, but this time only picks up maybe 3. My.
And Ethan Osborne's helmet just went flying over on this side.
All the way to the end zone.
Yeah, it was number 6 or number 8 or 6.
Somebody pulled it off of him.
And off of Ethan's head. So just threw it. Pulled a Miles Garrett, except without maybe the swinging.
Wow.
Yeah, that was number 6.
Well, that'll be a 15-yarder. That'll put it down.
Nathan Hemberger.
Automatic first down. It should be at the 5-yard line if it's right.
Yeah, at least.
That's a serious mental mistake.
It's still up
from the Blue Devils team.
Yeah, the coaches are talking now.
The coach is going out there because he knows the rules. Rocco knows the rules.
Yep. Yeah, he wants what's fair. I mean, I think what they want is that player gone. But beyond that, I mean, it should be at least a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, and this is the second or third time that we've seen unsportsmanlike conduct from the Blue Devils. I don't know if they've called any on us.
No, they haven't.
I didn't think so.
Not so far.
I mean, out of all the penalties,
I mean, we've had a ton of them, but yeah, nothing like that.
Yeah, no unsportsmanlike conduct. Okay. See what he's going to call on it now. He's walking back to the line of scrimmage. They're pacing it off. That is going to be a 1st and 10 at the 5, Ben.
Yep.
Or where's he? Oh, he's not pacing the ball off. He's walking into the end zone. Touchdown.
Yeah, I was like, what is, I don't know. He was talking to his team, telling him to say something to him to clear it up, maybe.
So they moved it down. It's at the 11. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. It was a 10-yard penalty.
Yep.
Max is back, gets a snap. There's Wyatt again, the workhorse. He's looking for a hole. Somebody's coming up behind him.
And Wyatt working his way in.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to get his share, even though he didn't break away with that big run.
I know, he's dancing around looking for a hole. Meanwhile, the speed of this Blue Devil defense keep creeping up behind him. They've caught him a couple of times and Max a couple of times from behind.
Yep.
And we're not used to seeing that.
So a little over 2 left to go in this quarter. And Conneaut's marching. Ball's on the 5.
14-14, folks. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter.
It's Max.
There's a running play. Max gets almost in. He's right down to the 2 or 3 yard line is where they're going to mark that one down.
Yeah.
And that'll bring up a third down. Third and goal. That's a long 2 since the other marker, I think, is right on the goal line.
Yeah, they got 2 shots here because, definitely they're going for it on 4th.
Got to punch it in here. I would get Scotty Edwards in the backfield and hand it off to him.
Just punch it right up.
That's right.
And Max keeping
there
it.
They go. Go on in. That's resulted in now 3 unsportsmanlike conducts.
Yeah,
and
well,
that has really worked against him here late in the second half here in the third quarter.
For sure, but they got to play the right way. They clearly are just losing it out there. Conneaut's not playing the best they've played either, but they're playing clean, and it's good.
Well, and that should that should really set the tone now, reverse the tone. We're louder on this side of the field now, and you can see that they're just standing over there or sitting and not really making much noise. So the momentum has definitely switched over here to the home side of the field. That's where most of the noise is going on.
Well, yeah, and the craziest thing about that was Conneaut really had to work for that one.
Yes, they did.
I think the first 2 they got, really, they broke off with big plays like Max and Wyatt. But this one, they really just had to. They kept setting themselves back with these holding calls.
Oh, that was a really complicated drive.
Yeah.
Really complicated. I mean, if you had to write it all out, I mean, I don't know if we can remember it. You have to go back and watch the films, but there was a lot that happened there.
I think it took over 6 minutes off the clock, too. So very impressively coached by Rocco. Got to give him a lot there, just considering things weren't all working in line with him and the play calls.
They're lined up on the 50. And we're kicking off from the 40, so.
I've never seen that either, where we got in the end zone twice on a drive, but didn't count them. So the third time we finally got in.
Right. And that's the second touchdown. It was actually the third touchdown was called back.
Yeah.
2 of them were in the same drive.
Two of them were this drive, yeah.
It's a kick. It's caught around the 21-yard line. Looking for some running room up the middle. He does find some. He kind of gets through the seam, and look, he's got some more. He finally trips over his own guy, Ben.
Yep.
Looks like that was Riccardi that was out there that he tripped over.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for him.
Yeah, what a big return. And
we need all the help. No, that's Chris Pater. I'm sorry. Chris Pater was trying to get out front to block for him, I think, and instead he got tied up with him in the legs and brought him down.
Yeah.
But, hey, we'll take all the help we can get. There's one for them to watch it in the films, right?
Yep. And, Brock Wellman as well, too, for Western Reserve in on that one.
It was a great return, though. He picked it up at the 21, got all the way to the 45-yard line across midfield. My goodness, that was a nice return. These guys came to play tonight. We'll have to give them that much. Spartan defense lined up. Henning got the ball, hands off to Dorney. Gets up 2. And, that kind of looks like a victory there when he gets 2 or 3 yards, but we got to find a way to even lessen it more than that,
Yeah.
Stop him at the line of scrimmage or something. If they get 2 or 3 yards and we stop them, and that's us playing well.
Right. Under a minute, though, this quarter, so you got to slow them down and then maybe take a quick reset there in the 4th because emotions are high for both teams.
Yeah, Henny and Dorning are over there looking for the coach's signals. Henning is back in the shotgun. 2 wideouts on the far side. He comes running up the middle. Oh, it's caught from behind and brought down. He'll still get a yard on that.
Ty Coville.
Ty Coville, another big tackle. Would have been good if we could have gone for a loss, but hey, with this team, you take what you can get. It seems like you're not going to stop them, but you have to limit them.
Yeah. Ty's having a great game tonight. Like I said, it was a key for him to get back into it. Last week did not have a great showing defensively. Tonight, definitely more dominant. He's got at least 5 or 6 tackles so far.
That'll be the end of the third quarter, Ben. With the score, the Spartans 21 and the Western Reserve Blue Devils 14. We'll be back with the final quarter here in just a minute. Also, we'll try to take a look at some of the final scores around too at the end of regulation here too as well. We'll see if we can dig up some scores there for you and let you know what happened.
Your Conneaut Save-A-Lot grocery store is a proud Spartan sponsor. Your Save-A-Lot means the lowest prices on the name brands you know and love every day. Save-A-Lot food prices are deeply discounted when compared to other conventional grocery stores. Not only does Save-A-Lot offer the lowest prices on groceries, but fresh produce and fresh meat cut daily in their butcher shop. Your Conneaut Save-A-Lot on West Main. Not lower quality, just the lowest prices.
Okay, we're back, I think.
Yep. And a nice little break there. And
yeah, they switched sides of the field. Blue Devils got a chance to go over and talk with the coach about what do you think we should do.
Yeah. I just hope that both teams are going to use that as time to take a break from what was going on.
Right.
Conneaut making a lot of mental mistakes, and Western Reserve making a lot of aggressive, unsportsmanlike conduct
got some
plays.
pressure on him. Oh, but he completes the pass, Ben. Going first, he's going down the sidelines. He's getting all the way down.
Oh,
breaking
big
the
guy.
middle of the field, all the way down to the 6-yard line. My goodness.
Josh Stomp.
We put a blitz in on Henning, and I thought they had pressure on him enough to shake him up, but it did not work.
Yeah, Josh Stomp, kind of the fullback for the Western Reserve, 5'10", 200 senior, and really came just rumbling down that field and picked up 30-something yards of first down, but stopped by Dylan Phillip immediately.
Gets stopped again. That makes a second down and goal. And they're at the, looks like they're inside, or right at the 5-yard line is where they're kind of marking that. See how stingy the Spartan defense can get.
Yep. And
they're gonna have to close that, close the gap on the line with the linebacker zone and really try to stop that run because
and the crowd's getting into it, and Henning pitches out.
Nope, he stopped too.
Darney does not make it.
It looks like he's just inside the 5. Make it the 4-yard line and bring up 3rd and goal from the 4. So the Spartans are playing stingy here when they need to.
Yep.
So it'd be nice if they could shut them down one more time, then they'll have to decide whether they want to go for a touchdown or try to get 3 points in there. That would be Chude Day or
Chudasoy. Yeah, Chudasoy might kick it maybe if he has to be called upon. But I think they really just need this touchdown, being down 7, and it's in the 4th quarter. They might just go for it.
Henning he's running out to the far side, looking to throw it, but he cuts back, trying to get into the end zone. It collapses on him. He does not make it in.
And Cannon was flipping out. He thought he was wide open.
Yeah.
Over there in the corner. Henning didn't see him.
He might have been, too. I know it. He might have been.
Well, I think it was a design run play.
Yeah. So they're going to decide whether they want to what do they want to do. If you try it here and don't get in, well, you get nothing out of this whole drive. You want to settle for 3?
Well, but you're still down 4. I don't know. I think I bet you they'll go for it, and I probably would too.
But yeah, I know. But if you get out of here with nothing, that can be That can hurt.
That can hurt, but then you at least hold Connie at, you know, I'm hoping that this doesn't work out for them, but.
See, I think they're nervous about that too, what to do here. So.
Well, the running's not really working right now for Western Reserve. So.
Well, yeah, not like it was.
Not like it was.
They were getting like 10 yards to carry for a while.
They had a great second quarter where they were breaking these large gains because the passing game was starting to click. And I think that was making them, making Conneaut's defense really spread out. Now it's kind of cooled back off. And you just hope that you can hold them here at 4th and 2.
Want to try to hold on to that lead. It is 21-14 here with the 4th quarter underway. But it's, you know, I mean, this is a veteran squad. I think they were hurt from that loss against Malvern, and they worked hard, and they want to come up here and turn this into, you know, a change in the season. They wanted to get a win out of here, turn this ship around, and because they believe in this team. You don't bring that many players back, you know, when you really didn't lose many, and not expect to have success in the season. So this will be a heartbreaker if they get a win out of here. Henning is back in a shotgun, gets the ball. He's going to run it up the middle. He tries to jump it. It is a touchdown.
Man,
he jumps over the line.
They called it. Yep, and the far line judge called that one.
Yeah,
it was close. I'd say it was close to not going in.
Yeah, he leaped over the line. That's Ed Henning for you. He's an athlete.
Yep,
he really is. He's really led this team. I mean, that would have to be their player of the game if they were going to pick one.
Oh, no doubt.
Of course, that would be on the.
I think we knew that too going in. And Chudasoy line drive kick, and it's in.
Yeah.
So that ties the game up. It's been quite a game, folks.
Yes, it has. This game is tied up now. You have to wonder if they maybe even thought about going for 2 there, if they gambled going for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, Edgewood did that to us last year, remember?
Yeah.
Elijah Cooper, right? And it ended up paying off. And Conneaut had no time. It was under a minute left, so it really worked out for them there.
Who was that quarterback? Remember, was it Eaton or what was his name?
For Edgewood?
Yeah, the one who led that. I can't remember right now. But a great drive, though, for those guys. And then they didn't have a lot of luck after that. But.
I'll think of it. Hang on.
So the Spartans, we're starting all over. It's 0-0. We're in the 4th quarter. 9 minutes left in this game. It might as well be scoreless because that's the situation we're in right now.
Yep.
I think the momentum maybe shifted back when they were able to punch that one in and climb back in this game and making it 21-all. There's a squibbler kick. It is caught. Running up, looking for the sidelines here. He gets nailed and brought down at the 30-yard line.
It was,
Isaiah Bowles.
It was Zach Venzel. I got it.
Got it. He was a defender?
No, Zach Venzel was the quarterback for Edgewood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a lefty quarterback. So.
Yeah.
I had to think about it.
Oh, yeah, it was Venzel.
Yeah.
Mike Bartone says it was Venzel.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
Mike Bartone's out there listening. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Good to hear from you.
Thanks for being our inside guy. I remember he was very good. No, yep. He remembered. Oh, and a bounce off tackle by Wyatt.
They moved the ball a little bit there. Makes the 2nd down at the 35. 5 yards go for a 1st down. They just got to stay with the game plan that they did the last drive. They seemed like they were able to get their game plan together, and they were executing very well.
Well, yeah, but if they're getting back to being one-dimensional, it's going to start to haunt them a little bit. You know, they pulled off that big pass right out of the gate to Ethan Osborne. It got called back for a penalty.
Right.
They got to try something like that again.
I would after a 1st down.
Yeah.
Oh, Wyatt keeps it. Oh, no. Max kept it. He tried to dump it off for a passing play out to the sideline there.
Yep.
And that was
to Ethan Osborne.
Ethan Osborne. He kind of led him too much on that.
Yeah, Ethan was kind of planted, not in motion. It could have worked out better if both of them were in sync, but.
Well, you know, there's always pressure coming from this Blue Devils defense somewhere. I mean, that's one thing you're guaranteed of. I mean, they seem to have good pursuit everywhere, no matter where you're going. And they have a swarming defense. So I'd give them high marks for how they played on the defensive side of the ball tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if they have stopped us more or the penalties have stopped us more, but you know, everything all together, this might be a record game for penalties for us. I don't know.
I think it's been both, but definitely the penalties. I think defensively Western Reserve's done all right, but I think the penalties have really hurt us the most.
2 wideouts on the far side. He's going to throw the ball. Oh, no way. There's a defender on him right away. He completes the pass, but I think they're throwing a flag. It was forward progress, and they came in, and I think he led with his head to try to hit him again. And it was down. The whistle had blown.
Western Reserve, that's a big break because that was a 4 and out right there, a 3 and out.
Now they only give him, it's only a 10-yard penalty, right?
It depends if it's a. Yeah, I guess it's going to be close. Oh, it's going to be first down.
First down,
yeah. I was going to say it should be 15, I guess, but.
Well, some of them are, but evidently they're not doing anything really, really bad, deserving a 15-yard penalty.
Yep.
Spartans are on the move. Got 2 wideouts going on the far side over there. Max is in the backfield. Noah Ham is on the far side too. He's in the game now. Oh, there goes Max up the middle. He's got some running room. Runs into traffic, but not until he gets across midfield down to the 40, Ben.
Yeah, it was a pickup of about 18 or 19, just laser, just a great hole opened up by the Conneaut offensive line. It was Ryan Turner and Dylan Phillip on the right side. It was a great push by them. I'm sorry, not Ryan Turner. It was Pearson for Conneaut, but Corey Pearson.
Yeah, Corey's the one who's in for Anderson, Jaden Anderson, who's still out injured right now, and he's playing a really good game. Another keeper for Max up there. He's busts off a tackle. Got some running room on the far side of the field. He could be all the way. No, he gets down at the 10.
Yeah. Blacks placing down at the 10, and they're moving now with authority. They're really big pickup yardage. That was another pickup of 30 yards on that one.
Well, you know, and by sticking with their game plan, it seems like the energy maybe still isn't there for Western Reserve to play that defense that they did at the early part of the game.
But yeah, I think they're playing tough, right? But I think they let it go a little too far. So now they pulled back a little bit. You definitely don't see the after the whistle plays.
Well, they look like they're down by 2 touchdowns, and it's really a tie game at 21 all.
They're holding back now.
Yeah, they are. Bobbled the ball. He gets it, but he's knocked down, knocked to the ground, and that'll be a loss.
Darney came in to slammed him.
That was a bad snap. I don't know if it was. That'll be another one that we need to watch, Ben, in the instant replay. So I don't think he was ready for that one.
Yeah, that one backs it quite a bit up. That's a 7-yard loss.
It brings down
As I was just saying, that they're starting to hold up a bit there. I mean, things didn't work out our way there with the snap, but 7 yards lost right out of the gate.
Max hands it off. Wyatt's got the ball. Got something. He's at a hole to get through into the end zone. Touchdown, Wyatt Payne. Beautiful run by Wyatt. He just negotiated his way through that Blue Devil defense, going off of the right tackle, cutting it back a little bit towards the center of the field, and then straight into the end zone. Really didn't get hit that hard.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty good run again. Wyatt's been defeated by these penalties, though, so much.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I know it. Great efforts, though. We've had, what's that, 3rd touchdown now called back?
That's the 3rd one called back.
My goodness.
2 for Wyatt, the 1 for Ethan Osborne. It was 70 yards. It's right on the money. But Conneaut's got to clean all this stuff up. You
Yes,
know, they're
they
going
do.
on the road back-to-back weeks here coming up here next
know.
week against Independence, the following week against Chagrin. So they got to clean it up now.
Well, it's second down. Maybe it's time for that throwing play again that you called.
Yeah, maybe.
No, he's going to keep her. Max keeps it. He's going to fight his way back down. He's back down to the 10-yard line, I think.
Yep, I mean, if Conneaut really ends up not getting another score, it's going to come down to that penalty right there and
Oh, yeah.
maybe something else, too, that might come
Right.
later in the game.
Right, because that was first and 10 at the goal, right?
Oh, yeah, he was in
I know.
for sure. Guess a hold call, you know, definitely helped Wyatt get in, but still.
Well, I would try to close the gap a little bit more, and then, I don't know. What do you think about get Sperlin in there? I don't know how confident we feel about that.
I mean, I think Max has thrown the ball okay. There he
Gonna
goes
throw
again.
it. He's wide open. No, he's not. He runs into the defender into the end zone.
Yeah.
I think
I'm not sure it was catchable anyway, but Ethan had a slant pattern. Good, decent throw by Max, but I think he let him too much,
Right.
and it's 4th and long. I mean, I'm not sure what you do now. You're on the 20.
goal.
You're at the 22 though.
Yeah, 4th and goal at the 22. I would.
Well, you can't punt because
No.
you're at the 22. So
I mean, if we had Joey Merlin, it'd be no question, right?
right.
Or even,
I think you would try a field goal.
or even Eric
Uh,
Heinen.
He looks like he's gonna try it.
He
We're
is.
gonna give this a shot. Bryce is set to kick.
It's down. It's up. It is good. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Bryce Sperlin, a great kick. I told you, Bryce has shown great flashes of brilliance, and you know what?
Yeah.
That's a big boost for the special
Oh.
teams.
He's a hero tonight. Well, the game's not over yet.
Yeah.
But it was a very good kick in the time when they needed one, and they that's not anything we've seen. We have, you know, we see it with Merlin. I mean, he can kick from a lot of distances, and Heinen was capable of kicking a 50-yarder. You know.
Yeah, it's a 40-yard. That was a 40-yarder with the extra distance to the end zone and the
Yeah.
goalpost. So 40 yards, Bryce Sperlin. We really haven't seen a field goal like that. Joey Merlin made a couple maybe, but I don't even know if it was a 40-yarder. So impressive.
24-21. We've got 6:33 to go in this one, folks. Spartans are up by that field goal that just happened that you just saw, up by 3, 24-21.
Conneaut, you know, the struggles have been there too for the special teams, and that right there gives a big boost, definitely. Now you just need that, and also, you know, just a good kick coverage, defensive coverage here on the kick. You can't let them back to the 40 or 50. You can't kick it out of bounds. You can't let them return it 20-something yards.
What's Sperlin wearing, though? It's like he's got like a, I don't know, a long shirt with a tag hanging out the back of it or something like
Yeah, right, like, right.
that. Oh, here we go. Maybe an onside kick.
I hope not. Just
See,
blast this one out there.
They took a couple of steps up. Well, it is a little chip shot. It's caught at the 20-yard line, coming up the middle of the field, looking for some running room. And the Spartans close the gap on him and bring him down, but not till he gets all the way out to the, looks like the 37.
38, 37, yeah. A good 18-yard return. I said, yeah, you got to stop him a little bit. I think they did okay on the coverage, but they let him work his way back to the side. And good blocking too by Western Reserve. You got to give them some credit as well too.
Oh, absolutely.
They're
absolutely.
blocking for their guys. They played a lot better on special teams than us tonight, for sure.
It just seems like for some reason that the steam has been taken out of their sails, or the wind's out of their sails.
Yeah, offensively,
in
for sure.
the past couple of series that they've had, they just have not been able to produce like they were earlier in the game. So we'll see if they could turn that around or not here. But Henning is back in the shotgun. Dorney is over there on his right-hand side. He's going to throw the ball out to the flank. He's got somebody on the sideline, and they're knocked out of bounds, but not until they get across the 50 band all the way to the 49, 48-yard line.
Yep, great pass, and that was Cannon. So he's coming up a little limp maybe on that play, but it's a first down for Western Reserve.
Yeah, they give it to him all the way at the 40.
You know, Western Reserve's pulled off some really flashy plays, but I think they just need consistency.
Henning is back, hands off to Dorney again. They're looking for some running room, not much there. He's brought down at the 46-yard line, and that'll be it.
We got about, in the fourth quarter, exactly 6 minutes and counting, just under 6 now. In this game, 24-21 Conneaut in the lead, but Western Reserve's driving.
There's a snapback. Henning's looking to throw. It goes long. It's well defended. It wasn't catchable, I don't think. And
yeah. Cannon with the route. Huya.
Thad Huya was down there. And actually, he was in a better position to catch that ball, but he wasn't going for it either. It just seemed like the receiver gave up. They're talking it over at the offensive line there a little bit. Looks like the linemen are up there. Two wideouts on either side of the field. Henning is back and a throw again. This time it's over the sideline, flanking like a couple plays ago. That's the number 14 who caught that one.
Oh, and a flag goes now.
Uh-oh.
It was a tackle right on the sideline.
That's Ethan Cannon who caught that one, Ben, the senior. 6-foot receiver, 160 pounds.
And I think it's Ty Koval. Unfortunately, they're calling it a late hit, unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't know. I mean, it didn't It didn't look like it was a violent hit, but I guess they said it was.
And a 15-yarder, Ben.
Yeah, it was out of bounds, so they're going to give it to him.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me!
I know they're getting in their own way, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I mean, we had two unsportsmanlike conducts. Only went for 10 yards.
And it moves it up to the 20, 21. Big break for them.
That was including one play where Max was down, whistle had been blown, and then an infraction was caused at that time. That was unsportsmanlike conduct. There's a snap. Henning gets the ball. Oh, and that's Dorney.
Yeah. Good way to stay up. I mean, he made quite a bit out of that little play.
Yeah, and it battled himself across that 15-yard line. I think he's just inside the 15 now.
Yep.
Wow. Second down there, knock it on the door.
Yeah, they got to stay with it. Conneaut can't let up. Bradley Agnew just checked out for Conneaut. I think.
Well, we're going to have to look back at the what we suffered from tonight was penalty-itis.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a terrible, terrible case of penalty-itis. Henning gets it, hands off to Dorney again. He can't find a hole, but eventually he does. Yeah. And he finds himself down to the 6-7 yard line. You think they have him stopped. He had nowhere to go, and he keeps moving his feet, and he finds a gap.
Yeah, I mean, no one for Conneaut closed the gap either,
right.
So unfortunately it's first and goal. Blue Devils.
Uh-oh, there's a timeout.
Oh, and it's a penalty on Conneaut, I think.
I thought Henning put his hands up, called timeout.
I think it was offsides. I think they know it too. Conneaut jumped offsides.
Oh, okay, could have been, yeah. Henning could have been reacting to the offsides, the encroachment.
Yeah, I think he was like, where's the call? And then they did.
Right. They're knocking on the door.
Western Reserve, they're on the 4. Yeah, it's first and goal on the 4. So
yes, it is.
This is really something for them to have this opportunity, and we're only up 3. So, yep. We'll play us out with a little something here, I guess.
Your Conneaut Dairy Queen is a proud Spartan sponsor. Stop and enjoy a caramel fudge cheesecake blizzard. It's featured this month. Have you tried the Backyard Bacon Ranch Stackhouse Burger? Or try another amazing signature Stackhouse burger. Click on Conneaut Dairy Queen's website too and download the Order app, which includes curbside pickup of any ice cream cake. Perfect anytime. Conneaut Dairy Queen, for cool treats and great eats. We'll see you at the Conneaut DQ. University Hospital Seidman Cancer Center at UH Conneaut Medical Center brings nationally ranked cancer experts close to you. We provide on-site cancer care and telehealth services, for patients across Ashtabula County and northwestern Pennsylvania. Cancer services at UH Conneaut range from screenings, imaging, and diagnostics
handoff up
to
the
infusion
middle.
therapy.
It is stopped. He
Access
pushed
to
him
clinical
back.
trials.
Did not go
And
for a gain.
nutritional and psycho.
Did not go for a gain. It was pushed back, and that would be a, see if they mark that as a loss. That'll bring up third down and maybe they're not moving it, not moving the marker.
No, I don't think it was much, if anything.
Yeah.
Good defense, Conneaut. I'm not sure who was all in on
Well,
that, but just
yeah.
a great job by the front seven.
Right, they kept it right down there, and they didn't put up, is that second down or third?
It's second.
Second, yeah, because it was first.
Yeah, and the band's playing, and Conneaut's got to just keep their heads with this. No penalties, and
Henning gets the ball, he's going to run up the middle. He's looking to do it himself again when they close the gap down at the end zone.
he got at least 2 on that one, unfortunately, but it's good defense, though. Way for Conneaut line to shuffle around there. That's going to be pretty good. Scotty Edwards just plugged it as best he could. It's 3rd and 1. They're lining up in the power offense. Oop. And touchdown, Western Reserve, touchdown.
Yep.
They call it. Quarterback sneak by Henning. And Luke Henning gets his third touchdown tonight. So, yeah. And that takes the lead for Western Reserve with 3.5 minutes. That one's definitely tough. Conneaut, with or without this kick, they're still in it, no doubt about it. They got to get the ball back and make the most of it.
Going to go for the block here.
Yeah, Chudasoy with the kick, and he's been a very good kicker
Yes,
as well,
he is.
strong legs. So lot of props to him.
Well, he sounds like it's an international student. It may not be, but if he is, he could be, from somewhere where they're playing a lot of soccer, and that came in handy tonight if that's indeed the truth.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Kind of pulled them over maybe for football, and that's where you get a lot of these good kickers.
Yeah.
28-24 now.
Boy.
With Western Reserve just pulled out the lead somehow.
Yep.
And it didn't work out in our favor at all with some of these bad penalties.
Well,
It's just
that 15-yard, unsportsmanlike conduct certainly did not help. Not a bit. As did neither of them or any of them.
Yeah, and right. And I kind of question that call too. I mean, Ty was upset about it, although I think they got to work on that and just know that you got to just make sure he goes out of bounds. You can't tackle him falling out of bounds because that's just going to look bad in all sorts of ways.
Yeah.
So.
There's Chusoy does a little chip shot, bounces down to the 30-yard line.
Yep.
That's where it goes out of bounds, it looks like there at the 30.
They didn't want to return, but they're getting at the 40 though, which is good for Conneaut. That's a good position to be in. And no clock, no time is taken off the clock with that either. So good move.
Spartans coming to the line. It don't look like they're marching up there with authority necessarily, but they're in a very tight pattern too as well. They're not a spread offense at all. Tight pattern. They're going to try to pound their way. Oh, instead it does. Max was up the middle, got some running room. He's across midfield or right up the midfield. It might be across.
He's right across, maybe.
They're going to mark that probably right on the 50. Yep, right on the line.
Right on that.
Nice pickup, though. Nice pickup.
Yep. Max Gleason and a first down for Conneaut. They're moving the chains.
Yes, they are.
Yep. And good play. You know what? They just got to really play a clean 3 minutes of football here. They haven't really played it much all game.
Yes.
They've had big spurts, big plays here that have gotten them to the point that they're at, but they haven't had a clean drive so far with no mistakes, and I think they need it right now.
Wyatt cuts in the line. There's too many defenders, though. Nowhere to go. It's a loss of a yard.
Yep. I mean, that definitely was snuffed out. They knew that one was coming all along. I don't think Wyatt's really been all that effective for these long runs like that. He's had a couple big plays, but that's usually when it comes down to the red zone. Right now, I think they're going to have to lean on Max in a big way. I don't know if they're going to go gutsy or not with a pass.
No,
it hasn't worked out.
That would bring up third down right away, and you still don't have a first down. So, well, I don't know. I mean, we're not desperate yet. We still got 2 minutes, 22 seconds left. Max up the middle again. He's got some running room. He busted a couple. Oh, the ball was flying out, but we did.
Oh no! The ball came out in a flag. A flag was also thrown too. It's Conneaut ball. Somehow it's Conneaut ball.
Oh, I thought it looked like somebody rushed in there and got it, and that's Ty Colville.
And a penalty was also thrown, I think. Or no, was that just a marker? No, I'm sorry. That was a marker.
Looks like Ty Colville got the ball.
That was a close play. I mean, Max was running full speed, and then they popped it out.
Yes.
I think Ty came up with it.
Looked like it. Here's handoff again. Uh-oh, Max gets a run play that time, but there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Didn't fool the Blue Devils that time.
That's Fisher Himes, who we haven't called his name in a little while, but he was involved a lot in those first quarter snuff outs by Western Reserve.
I want to remind everyone, too, next week we're playing the Independence Blue Devils. We go from one Blue Devil team to another on our way to the end of the year.
Might keep the same logo.
Oh, yeah. Wyatt gets another running play. He picks up a couple. I think he makes it about down to the 35. And that's it.
Fisher Himes, again, for Western Reserve, made the stop. Conneaut's calling a timeout. I mean, it's 3rd and long. You got to make it 14 yards.
Right.
You know, Max had a great run, which, you know, you made it there, which is great. But you're at the 43. And
I think we have
I'm sorry, the 36. I was wrong.
We remind everyone, too, everyone watching this game, don't go anywhere. This is a real nail-biter. We don't know how this is going to end right now, but we're hopeful that our Spartans are going to pull something out here. I want to remind you, too, that we'll go to Independence then, and then there's a Chagrin Fall game, and then we're back here with Hawken. That'll be the next home game. Love to see everybody out here. It's a whiteout that night. Chris Breck State Farm Insurance whiteout. He'll have that great event over on the visitor side of the field that'll be blocked off on the roadway there where the kids are having a good time and plenty of giveaways and all kinds of things like that. So plan to be out here if you make it to the next home game, which is against Hawken, and that would be on the 4th, I think.
Yep, 3rd and 13.
14th.
Oh, that was terrible. Nope. Max threw it, a slant pass. It was almost picked off, but dropped by number 33. That was Josh Stomp, who had that big play for Western Reserve earlier.
Boy, we've got to go for it.
Yeah, you go for it for sure, and you need 13 yards.
Oh,
I mean, what's your big play to pick up a 13-yard game? Max Gleason up the middle, but I'm sure they're going to know that's coming. So
Wyatt's out there lined up in a flanker position. We got.
And it's another timeout by Conneaut.
Bryce Sperlin was out there as a wideout. 2 wideouts on the near side of the. Going to try something in the air.
Oh, I don't think you try it in the air. You haven't had nothing's worked out in the air tonight.
Except for that one touchdown that got called back.
You're not going to pull that off
that
now.
Was picture perfect though. That one was.
It was drawn up perfectly. They're going to know. I think that's a possibility.
Yeah.
But you haven't had anything work through the air tonight, and that's really just been hurting completely. That one play that was called back, but nothing that's ended up being a permanent play.
All these plays that were called back, we had 3 touchdowns that were called back.
Yeah.
Also the 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct that took them right down to the 5-yard line. That's a kiss of death right there.
Yep. You got 1:13 left to go in this game, but it doesn't matter because this is really it right here. This last play.
Bryce Sperlin is in. He is going to throw the football Max is in there on the near side as a wideout. Wyatt is beside him. He's got a wideout on the other side of the field. 3 wideouts on the near side, 1 flanker.
Now it's Western Reserve calls the timeout.
Yeah, I'm going to try to ice him a little bit. Looks like that's, who's that?
Man, it's unusual.
Noah Ham is also out there lined up too on the near side as a flanker.
Yeah, I mean Bryce is really so far probably the player of the game with the kick, the 40-yard kick to take the lead.
Yep.
But
if he could do something today, even get a first down, along with that kick.
Well, yeah, but
he could be the Dairy Queen player of the game.
We just haven't seen much from him. Yeah, well, he's already on his way, I'd say, and we just haven't pulled it off. I'm surprised they're going to throw it with Bryce or with Max. I'm just surprised.
Yeah.
With the call.
1 minute, 13 seconds left in this one. 28-24, Western Reserve Blue Devils have the lead. As Ben is showing you on the screen there. I'm saying that for the radio audience who, they can't see everything that you can see on WOW TV. Bryce is back, looking to throw on the far side. It's down, he's open. Oh, and it's over. I think it was just a little bit long for him. Who was that he threw to?
That was
he's a left receiver coming in right now, the guy on the left running back.
Wyatt, I think.
No, okay.
I think it was either Wyatt or Thad. I'm not 100% sure. I can't see.
Oh, boy.
Yes, I think it was Wyatt.
Yep. That 6 is tough to see from the front.
Yeah.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Yeah, it really is.
So now
107.
They could take a knee now and end this game. Get out here with a win, head for home.
Yep.
So they're noisy again over on the visitor side of the field.
Yep, exactly. And 107 left to go. Yeah, the visiting crowd was really a big deal tonight for Western Reserves, really. Their energy, especially in the first half. They were fired up on just completely all over the place, playing with a lot of intensity.
Yes, they were.
And they got called for a couple unsportsmanlike penalties, and that was kind of cleaned up in the second half because the refs intervened and the coaches talked about it.
Right.
So, but definitely overall, Conneaut could have won this game easily if they cleaned up all these mistakes, and they know that. Rocco's going to have to really sort through all the footage and figure out what were some of the big killers tonight.
Yeah, they're going to look. That's it.
Yeah.
This one's over for the history books here, folks. It was just an insurmountable problem to overcome in the area of penalties.
Yeah.
I would have to give it that. You just can't do that, and coach knows that. And I think tonight was probably the worst eruption of penalties that we've had in a really long time, Ben.
Yeah. Yep, no doubt about it. And I'm not sure. Someone's got the total on that, but we got called for at least 10. And the yardage, I mean, it's over 100.
Yeah.
Because we had a 71-yard pass play from Bryce Spurlin to Ethan Osborne called back.
Right.
And then like a 30-yard pass to Wyatt Payne, run by Wyatt Payne called back. So that's 100 right there. Unfortunately, there was just too many things like that happened tonight. So, final score, Western Reserve 28, Conneaut 24. Yeah. We got to kind of do a final game recap here. And
what you want to check, too, is there any more flags left on the field?
Yeah.
They're all taken off.
If there are, then we got one more play left here. Come on.
Really.
Let's see it out. Yeah.
Well, the only redeeming thing is that we have another shot next week against the Blue Devils.
Yeah, this was a revenge game for Western Reserve, really.
Yes.
I think they wanted it more than we did, clearly. You know, they wanted to show us up here.
Look at them. They're in a little circle down there.
Yep. And, they played pretty well. I don't think they played exceptional, but they did enough.
Yeah, they played well enough to beat the Spartans, and especially in the first half. They were full of energy, and they ran like crazy in the first half.
Yep, and tonight, unfortunately, the passing game was night and day between both teams. Henning passed the ball pretty well. Made a few mistakes, of course, but overall passed it pretty well. We didn't really have a passing game tonight at all.
You know, and they were the better team, but I'd say that they were, they were the victors of opportunity. You know, the mistakes that the Spartans had were just insurmountable mistakes. And the Blue Devils are a good team, good veteran squad, and they took advantage of that.
Yeah.
They got the win. So we'll look forward to moving on from here with the Blue Devils of Independence, and we'll see where that takes us.
Yep.
It's going to be a lot to watch here on all these penalties, though. We go back and try to find what really happened.
Right, exactly.
But that's the final score, Ben.
Yeah, that's the final score.
And the Dairy Queen player of the game is
the Dairy Queen player of the game. I know I was going to give it to Bryce anyway.
Oh, yeah, for the kick?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Let's do that.
Bryce Sperlin, no doubt. I mean, put us in the lead.
Yeah, and it really fired up the team at that time when we needed it. And unfortunately, that led to a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And that really deflated our opportunities at the end.
Yeah, Steve Grant said, and he's been here a long time. Steve said that might be a school record, the field goal. Could be.
I don't know.
A 40-yarder. We don't know.
Yeah.
We'd have to look back.
Have to look that up.
But it was a great kick. And in a moment like that in the fourth quarter to take the lead, too.
Yeah.
Big deal. Bryce Sperlin deserves that for sure.
Yes, he does.
Bryce Sperlin is our Dairy Queen player of the game tonight for sure. Max and Wyatt played pretty well. Ty Koval on defense, I'd give him defensive player honors just because he got back involved. I know he had that unsportsmanlike conduct call, which really kind of killed us, but he got back in there and made a difference defensively, unlike last week. So,
boy.
So, yep. So for him, I give him that. But, yeah. So, just a tough time overall.
Yep. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in.
You. We got some scores around the league we can touch upon, but thanks for everyone for tuning in tonight. St. Ignatius leading Menor 16-14 in the fourth quarter.
Wow. They
came back and took the lead. Geneva over Struthers 31-22. Chardon over Columbian 49-42. General McLean over Slippery Rock 21-12.
Boy.
Perry over Harvey, that's still at half, 20-0. NDCL over Lakeside 21-0 at half.
Yeah, Notre Dame Latin Lions.
Notre Dame Latin Lions, Cathedral Latin. Yeah, you're right.
Cathedral Latin Lions.
Green over South Range 21-7. And Hoban Knights over the Cathedral Prep Ramblers 44-12.
I'll be darned.
Man, big time play.
Yep.
Walsh.
They're ranked high. I think they're in second place in the rankings.
Yep. And Walsh Jesuit beat McDowell tonight 49-28.
Yep.
Avonworth over Grove City 35-14. Pymatuning Valley over Cardinal 28-13. Lakeview over top of Jefferson 32-13. And I guess that's all I got tonight.
Okay.
So from all of us here, thanks for joining us, Matt Jarvie and Ben Jarvie and Bob Shackle working the camera.
And Megan Lebzelder
back in the studio. Megan Lebzelder, our producer in the studio. Thank you, everyone here. Great game. Unfortunately, Conneaut Spartans lost. They go to 1-1 on the year, but we will see you next week in Independence against the Blue Devils again from Independence, Ohio.
Good night, everybody.
Lake Effect Media and Spartan Nation present Conneaut Spartans football on WOW TV, 1360 AM and WOW 102.9, and always free. Brought to you by your great Spartan sponsors. Conneaut Dairy Queen. Enjoy lunch, dinner, or a cool treat soon at your Conneaut DQ. Chris Breck, State Farm Insurance, here to help life go right. Conneaut Savings Bank, come grow with us in Conneaut and Austinburg. University Hospital, Conneaut Medical Center, advancing the science of health and the art of compassion. Conneaut Save-A-Lot Food Store, not lower quality, just the lowest prices every day. And Gerda's Pharmacy, family owned for over 60 years on Main Street, Conneaut.